There we are.
If I ban them, they're out of here.
There we are.
So don't
I
All
get
right,
banned.
we are back. We're
I know,
back.
right?
I love Pug.
Me too. Oh, right.
Under my
ads.
umbrella, Ella.
Hello, hello, hello.
Yeah, everything's good. Everything's good.
All right. So as you stroll through the woods, our regular heroes, Mazra, Foodle, and Kiona, you have a little bit of an inkling of, let's call it, earned suspicion, and some hard learned caution from the last time you stepped into some Fey Woods. You cast your minds back to the Forest of Lost Shoes, where you lost more than a shoe. you lost an entire friend, and had to go back in and retrieve her. And some of the ordeals that you suffered in there, and in particular, Foodle and Mazra, you shudder at the memory of a particular Fey monster, a terrifying apparition that continues to haunt the corners of your nightmares. Named Philip.
Sir Percival. Oh, Philip.
No, not Sir Paravel. Not Paravel.
Sir
No.
Paravel too. Oh god, it's
No.
even worse.
One day, Sir
But
Percival,
yeah, Philip.
I will stab you in the eye.
Same.
Yep.
Ugh.
And the quest to rescue Kiona.
Is that when Kiona?
Yep.
I'm not sure exactly when Kiona was lost, but I feel like that it was right at the beginning there.
That has never been
established.
answered.
Was it when she went through the portal?
Never been answered.
Or was it at the beginning?
Oh shit!
I
Yeah, we
think
don't know.
You don't even
Yeah,
know.
Kiona's
was there
whole
for
memory.
an innumerable amount of time,
Yeah.
according to her. She was there forever.
Yeah, it's possible that Kiona was in the Feywild for years. From Kiona's perspective,
Oh my god.
So
Flutter and I, you and I need to work out what happened.
we should
never talked about
actually
that.
try to figure that out, because that might be
we
key
did.
to our.
Yep. Yeah, but yeah, you guys have quite a bit of
Fey trauma.
bad memories of the Feywild. Having to perform a play, particularly Foodle and Mazra, having to perform a play
One of my favorite moments
to
ever.
the ruler
100%.
of the Feywild, the midnight
Yes.
the midnight king.
Torture.
Oh, amazing! It was so good.
It's very funny.
Oh my goodness! I love it.
These things and more are on your mind as you're roaming through the woods with your Fey guide.
Hi.
But it's not too long, and you're about Gaius. You reckon you're about halfway to Mimstone, when you hear and Foodle hears it first with his preternatural level of perception. You hear movement in the woods ahead of you, not stealthy, but in fact quite the opposite of stealthy, making no attempt whatsoever to mask their sound. You hear voices in a language that you can roll perception to try to identify. You hear the clang of metal, most likely arms and armor, as people are moving about their business up ahead. What do you do?
Wait. I can hear people speaking up ahead, but I don't know what they're saying.
I would suggest we do not announce ourselves until we know what
Guys,
their aims are.
are we near
Are we near?
your home?
No. Are we near? Says
I said that you estimate you're about halfway there.
Okay. We're about halfway there.
All right.
Is this like a known location, maybe, of some bandits or guys?
Roll intelligence.
Oh God.
Yep.
Where
That's a
is
good stat for Gaius, right?
it? Possibly. No, it's not. Here we go. Oh, that's wisdom.
Minus
But
one.
you had said.
Hey, look at that. Look at that.
I just happen to be a decent roller.
That's true.
Cauliflumps, I'll take your question in a moment. I'm just going to resolve Gaius's role first here. Gaius, you've scouted out these woods several times, and you've actually come to know the invaders in your woods fairly well, even if you've never sort of toe-to-toe met one of them yet. You've kind of just been watching from the trees and the shadows.
Sorry.
Watching their movements and whatnot.
A flutter-casted chromatic orb.
Mother's just extra tonight.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Still don't know if she's wearing pants or not.
Yeah, so but what you know of them is that they tend to be on the far side of the village. So they've never come to this side of the woods as of yet.
How do I get this?
They're mostly on the other side of the village. You also know a number of other facts about them. One is that this doesn't sound like their armor. They tend not to wear heavy metal armor. They've got some chain mail, some splint mail, lots of hides, things like that.
So this is kind of out of
this doesn't.
This is kind of
This doesn't sound like. Yeah, the people that you're thinking of, they're orcish marauders. This doesn't sound like them.
I just don't sound like the Riggins we've been having problems with. They're not usually this noisy with their armor.
Well, I guess let's be careful then.
Well, hold on. Boodle, he unbuttons his backpack and, Andrew pops his head out. I could maybe send Andrew ahead to take a look.
That's a great idea.
I would
Okay.
suggest the rest of us lay low for the moment.
Indeed.
Yeah.
What a bonny little owl.
Yeah.
Isn't he great?
Pat, pat, pat.
Andrew gives you a little happy hoot and is gonna fly up, and Foodle's gonna put like a hand out for either Mazra or Kiona, and his eyes are gonna go like his irises and everything are gone. It's just like pure green, where his eyes used to be. As
Fiona
he's
will
going-
automatically put an arm out for him.
Okay. And Foodle's now looking through Andrew's senses and sending him 100 feet up to see if he can see anything.
All right, roll me a perception with Andrew.
All right. So Andrew has this in owl form, so I guess
Yep.
I think it should. Yeah, it should automatically be an advantage. So
Yeah. Perfect. Okay. You see through Andrew's owl eyes, 5 armored figures in the clearing below, and they're wearing what actually looks like familiar kit to you. The last time you saw people wearing armor with the blue tabards and one woman is in blue robes. The last time you saw this was in Lysantia, in the Temple of Light. What you see below you, unmistakably, are 4 Knights Radiant and a priestess of Staravia.
Foodle tells Andrew to come back. Well, actually, can Foodle understand what they're saying, or because Foodle knows Common and Gnomish. That's it.
They're speaking Elven.
So he doesn't know what they're saying. Okay.
Yeah. You know that they're
Foodle's-
speaking Elven, but you don't know what they're saying.
Okay. Foodle's gonna tell Andrew, good job, come on back. And then he's going to pop out back into his own senses. And Foodle's going to say, you guys, it's the Super Guard. They're here. From Lysantia.
What would they be doing here?
I don't know. Do you think Darfin's here? He's the captain.
She'll look at Gaius. Do you get many Radiant Knights
Who?
here? Elves.
I mean, oh, not more than I would expect, really.
Mm. And not regulars.
No,
But if
nay.
they're Darfin's order,
What,
I would
what,
stand to.
what do these particular people do?
Talk about their god a lot.
So
Yeah.
if they be talking a lot, why they be so armored up? Sounds like they wish to do a bit more than talking.
Well,
Thing is,
Hmm.
I don't see why we shouldn't approach them peacefully.
yeah.
We're looking for one of them.
Yeah, they might
Right.
know where Darfin is.
But do we know that they weren't behind the disappearances or had something to do with it?
Oh, right.
Well, you wouldn't think that Darfin's own people would.
You never know. After all, Valeria was against her king.
Hmm. That's a good point. I hadn't really thought about that.
There may be factions within their group that we're not aware of.
Yeah, I mean, we still don't know who framed Darfin, right?
No.
Right.
We have
No, for sure.
ideas. Yeah.
But
Huh.
if we try to attack them first, we're for sure in the wrong. We have to approach them peacefully.
Yeah. Yeah, you know what? You're right. Is this okay, Mazra, is this a terrible plan? What if I go hide maybe up a tree or something out of sight in case things go bad, and then maybe you and Kiona approach? And Gaius too? I'm not sure. I don't know
Yes.
what you thinking, Gaius. I'm a little worried. These woods,
Well-
they have me on edge.
We can't speak as representatives of the people who live here, but we can approach them as
What?
travelers, fellow travelers.
What did
The
you?
other thing is they
That's
may
the
know
way
who
of it.
they may know who we are.
What did you
In
say
which
they?
case, we just gotta be prepared.
What did you say they look like again?
They wear heavy armor. They got blue tabards, and they're mostly elves. They were speaking Elvish, but not all of them.
Oh, I know who they are. Well, I know of them. They're they don't really like us, but they're not. They don't go out of their way to bother us.
Right, so if we just say we're passing through, maybe they'll let us go.
Quite possibly.
There's no reason. Why they should keep us, I can't think. We're looking for one of them. He
They
was
don't-
our friend.
They don't need to know that then. Let's find out what they're here for first.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think you're right, Mazra. Okay. All right. I'm gonna try to get close and maybe hide.
Be careful. I
Yeah,
don't want to make
and-
the wrong impression.
Yeah. Well, you guys too.
Kiona kind of looks down at herself and then looks up at Mazra like,
What?
she's a tiefling right now. She does not feel comfortable. Maybe just 100% about not making the wrong impression right away.
Do we know? Can we really roll?
Do we know
like,
if there's like
religion?
What do you want to know? And I'll tell
Are
you what to
they-
roll.
Are they gonna be standoffish with a tiefling or a
Sarabians, I
satyr
guess.
for that matter?
You've got so yeah, religion. Because these Knights Radiant, they're a holy order.
Kiona doesn't know.
And neither of you, both of you feel like, hey, we worked with these people. Maybe we should have actually spent some time to learn
Oh
a little
god.
bit more about them.
Mother has no respect for organized religion, so
Oh no.
thanks
Yeah,
for filling us
so,
in, Darfin.
Right. So we're all like, I don't know,
Yeah.
but we gotta be careful, okay? Because we just don't know.
It's fine.
Continuing the proud tradition of moving through the world without absorbing the lore. You guys-
They try to kill you. Foodle, how many
They're
were there?
bad.
There were
Five.
Five.
Foodle, if they try to kill us, shoot them in the face. Please.
I'm on it.
All right, we're fine.
Yeah.
Foodle's on it.
Yeah. If I see an opening, I'll let you know as well, Mazra.
Right.
He's talking about Commander Strike.
Oh, right. And she reaches into the bag of holding and pulls out the little. What shape were those little things that we got from the bank?
Walkie talkies.
Yeah.
Little
Oh,
stones?
they're pendants. They're
Pendants.
The
pendants.
stones, right?
Yeah, it's like a little stone on a chain that you wear around your neck.
Question: do we need to actually I'm assuming we know how they work, right? Are they attunement
Yeah.
or not? Or they just work?
No, they're not attunement.
Do we have to
Thank God.
press them,
Okay.
or do they just work?
They just work.
Okay,
Mental command.
so she'll hand them out.
Aye, what a lovely necklace.
Right.
Do we have one for Gaius?
Do we have 4 or they only have 3? I don't
No,
remember.
we
You have
only have
3.
enough for us.
You have 3.
Yeah, they're nice, aren't they?
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Can't help but notice that you guys are worried about these people and you're handing out little trinkets to each other. And
We just this will help us communicate with each other during the thing.
I'm very glad
If
for
there's
you.
need for it. Sorry, we only have enough for us.
Kiona.
She'll deadpan him.
He'll deadpan her back.
Okay.
All right, let's go.
Love that for you.
Basically, what he did is aye, that's grand for you folks. So glad that I offered you all this hospitality and everything.
I mean, I could.
No, he didn't. He didn't actually say that.
Fine,
I was just
Poodle.
being silly.
No.
Yeah.
No. What about this, Gaius? Gaius, would you be comfortable with Andrew sort of hanging out on your shoulder?
Aye. So long as he
'Cause
doesn't
I
poop on my shoulder.
No, he doesn't poop. That's the best thing.
What?
He's not. He's the spirit of an animal. He's not actually an animal. He's like a fey spirit.
I'm very
I think
happy.
you two will get along.
Very happy for him.
Yeah.
All
He
right.
doesn't eat either.
Okay. Well, that would make sense. If you don't eat, you shouldn't poop.
Yeah, if you ate, you'd have to. Anyway, doesn't matter. But yeah, if you're okay with that, I could like, listen in at least one way with wherever you are.
Aye. It's better than nothing.
Yeah. It's the other way, Megan. It's the other way. It doesn't.
He can fight him or scratch him if he needs to.
Yeah.
Right.
All right. What are you gonna do?
Oodle wants to get 30 feet away, and then climb a tree. If there is a tree within 30 feet that has like a decent view of these 5 folks, and do it as silently as he can.
Okay. I am going to have you roll an athletics check.
Okay.
That will determine your stealth roll. If that makes sense.
Okay. Like for climbing the tree.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Athletics. Okay. Oh, please. It's okay. Unfortunately, there are corners to this thing. It was on like 4 different numbers. Okay. That's a nat 20 plus 1 for 21.
All right.
Got a nat 20.
Roll stealth at advantage
Oh, okay.
as
All right.
you skillfully and nimbly climb this tree.
I am Foodle and I sneak for the trees.
Oh, thank God for advantage. So Foodle got a nat 1.
Oops.
Oh my
Man.
god.
Why ain't that the full spectrum there? And a 14.
Ooh, 14's not
14,
bad.
okay.
That's
well,
really
what that
good,
means
right?
is Foodle got a 30 total.
Yeah,
herself.
because
Oh,
you have
man.
ridiculous. Yeah.
Love the idea of him just climbing up the tree after acing the athletics and just being like da 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 da.
So, Foodle, you nimbly and quietly and silently climb this tree. There's not even a rustle of leaves or a creak of branches as you move your little forest gnome form up the trunk and into some of the mid height boughs of the tree.
Fiona is impressed.
Where you can sort of perch yourself at the joint of where one of the boughs joins the trunk, and gaze down at a small temporary encampment. It looks like this party is just taking a break in the woods. A couple of them are eating some supplies from their pouch. Others are preparing weapons as they speak to each other in soft elvish tones. You notice one of the Knights Radiant has similar markings on his armor as Darfin had, and as he moves around, speaking with the others, he appears to hold an air of some authority. There are, in addition to him, 3 other Knights Radiant, 2 appearing to be female, 1 appearing to be male, and then there is what appears to be a female priestess attached to the group as well. And for as much as the apparent leader of the Knights Radiant, of the armored soldiers, appears to exude authority, when he speaks with her and she returns back in the conversation, there's quite a lot of respect in his tone and deference in his body language.
Boodle takes that all in and mentally commands Andrew to sort of wiggle around and hoot once. It's going to be meaningless to his companions, but that's what Andrew does.
I think the owl is having a seizure.
I'm sure he's all right, actually. Everything all right? Poodle can't hear
No,
in his
not
body,
unless
right?
Foodle's
Okay.
not.
Okay.
Andrew doesn't seem to react to you. but we have the things, Kiona.
Right. But Andrew's, I'm
As,
confused as to how that we work that then.
I don't know. We haven't used them.
You just declare that you're using it.
But if Poodle can't hear no matter what, it doesn't matter? Question mark?
Well, he's not seeing and hearing through Andrew's senses right now.
Yeah, that's the only
so
thing
he can.
that's happening.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm in place. You guys hear your things.
Right. Well, let's go.
Fiona will let Mazra take the lead because she's nervous about the perception.
So what's the marching like? What's happening here?
Yeah, so Mazra will lead the way towards the camp. She is also, because they're not trying to be quiet, she is not trying to be quiet.
Right.
Okay. Yeah, and Foodle, you can see down below as you hear sort of the crashing through the brush of your companions approaching. You hear your friends move before the elves below seem to, but it's not long before they pick up on it as well. You hear them exchange a few terse, hushed words. Some of them turn, drawing steel, and they shout something in Elven into the forest as you approach. But when you emerge, seeing a half orc, a satyr, and a tiefling come out. I'm sorry, Gaius, I assumed that you were going with them.
yes.
Is that the case?
Yes.
So, seeing a half orc, a satyr, and a tiefling emerge from the woods, the apparent leader of the group shakes his head and repeats again in common, "All right there.
Oh,
Who's
God.
coming?"
They're French.
All elves are French. We established this.
Except for Josh.
We
We're
mean no harm.
travelers.
We're just passing through.
Yes, and where are you passing through to?
I made it home to Mimstone.
Ah, Mimstone.
Now, do you mind if we just go? No problems.
Yes, no problems indeed. And the leader sheathes his sword. The others follow suit.
I thank you.
I am Athar, captain in the Knights Radiant.
I am Gaius. I'm one of the protectors of Mimstone.
Could you spell your name for us?
Athar.
Darfin is from Fresno.
These are my companions, Mera, Felenas, and Imbril. And the lady Sirei, a member of the clergy of the Temple of Light.
Seems an odd place to be spreading the good word about Staravia.
Oh, this is not mission work, I'm afraid. We have other grim business in these woods. Banditry and monstrous incursion from the Feywild, and Athar levels a pointed look at Gaius when he mentions Feywild incursions. I've brought the Knight's Radiant Ear. The Luxal hegemony needs to secure its borders and cannot do so with these uncontrolled influences in this forest.
So
We are here to eliminate the bandit threat and take stock of any, shall we say, perforations in the veil and see what might come through.
I very much like the way you said perforations.
Thank you.
from Mazda's research, do we know if this land is part of their border?
So you actually did some research on the Luxari hegemony last time. This is not within their borders. But once again, we're talking at a time, and so from Mazra's perspective as well, this is not like the idea of like very strictly and clearly delineated national borders is a very modern concept. So this is kind of a little bit of a no man's land on their periphery.
Looking for some expansion areas, I see.
Oh no, I'm afraid not. These woods, in my personal opinion, would be much more trouble than it's worth for the hegemony to hold on to. However, with the potential of conflict in the future, securing potential threats like this forest on our frontiers is necessary for ensuring the security of our realm.
And the people who live here?
The people who live here peacefully are none of our concern.
Glad to hear it.
As long as they do not get up to any trouble.
Glad to hear you.
Trouble.
Well, that brings me to some of the rumors I've been hearing, in addition to bandits and the odd wild beast coming through from the Feywild. There are rumors of goblins and other such threats to peace and good order lurking in these woods.
I can assure you,
wouldn't.
I can assure you, there's no one who ain't peaceful in Mimstone. All we want to do is live our lives. It's the rule of the town.
He's gonna roll insight on you. Where is he? I've got him. I've got him in here somewhere. Actually, I have a character sheet for this guy. Roll persuasion if you would, Gaius.
Persuasion. Boink.
Okay. Athar kind of tilts his chin up and looks down the slope of his nose at you a little bit. Then he gives a little smile on it. Yes, I should think so.
What did he say?
I should think so. Well, that den of Fey Disorder Mimstone is once again not our concern. We are here for the orcs. Do you know anything about them?
That would be the brigands, right?
Mm-hmm.
What kind of orcs? Bloodfoot?
Why, yes. Are you familiar with them?
We've crossed swords with them before.
I see.
What can you tell us about them, in case we come across them?
Well, they've set up camp on the far side of the wood, looking to capture slaves, fake creatures, to sell to the highest bidder, to fill out their putrid ranks of Grumsh worshippers. Their mere presence so close to the hegemony offends Our Lady of Light.
Well, if we come across them, well... Speaking of that, do you have any amount of the numbers they may be?
Oh. Could not be more than a dozen.
Well, it used to be more.
Indeed.
I'll keep an eye out for them.
Yes, you do that. By the time you find them, we will have taken care of them. Not to worry.
As you say.
Uh-huh.
But we should be on our way. He looks back to his companions and a little nod of his head like that. We will be seeing you soon, perhaps.
Perhaps.
Enjoy your stay in Mimstone. And he shakes his head and they start walking, laughing at some private joke.
And once they're out of earshot, I'll go, whose great flaming ass was that?
Yona will keep silent because she's not sure. She's not sure what to think in terms of who she's trusting right now.
Hmm. Sounds like the priests of Strawberry are sticking their noses where they don't belong again.
Well, I think that's kind of what they do, isn't it?
Yeah,
You
I
guys-
think so.
You guys hear through your necklaces is like Foodle shimmering, scrambling down the tree. There we go.
Shambling.
Quivering down the
as
tree.
because he became the tree with a 30. You guys hear through the necklaces. You guys, I don't trust him at all. That guy said he was the captain, but we already know Darfin is the captain of the supercard.
But
So
Foodle, I feel like it
Foodle,
can be
your
more than one.
message cuts off. If I'm counting correctly, your message cuts off as
crap.
we already know that.
Oh shit!
If I'm counting correctly,
What were you saying, Foodle?
Oh, right. The message limit. Darfin's the captain. So these guys are lying. We can't trust them. They're a bunch of rascals. I don't know where
is
this
this
message probably cut off
something-
again.
is
No,
this?
that's 23. That's 23.
Oh, okay. Shit,
Oh,
I
it's
was
a
trying
save,
to.
not a check. I did the thing, but it's a +0. So does Kiona know that there's more than one captain in the military?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
Now, when
The
these,
Knights Radiant are so in fact you had interactions with, so Darfin was a captain of the Knights Radiant. You
Right.
also remember one Calder who was a high captain
Right.
of the Knights
okay.
Radiant.
But
Who was the who as far as you know right now is the acting high priest of the Temple of Light
Just-
in Lysantia.
just from my own thing, are these guys actually talking out loud, or is it all mental speech?
It's mental speech right now.
Okay, so I'm not getting 1/3 of a conversation.
Right.
Yeah.
Little-
Okay.
There's more than one
What I
captain.
would recommend you guys do when you're sending is like count on your hands, both to consider like the message limit and also as a visual cue that you're sending.
There's
Right.
more than one captain in the Knights Radiant.
Foodle, why don't you come down?
Yeah, I'm down. And then you guys hear sort of double as like Foodle is
Oh.
like running over.
It's so good that we're all
There's
like,
more than one.
I didn't realize where you were.
Yeah, I'm very sneaky.
Well,
Oh,
they're
hi,
a pretty
Foodle.
big. They're pretty big organizations, so it makes sense that there's more than one of them.
Right.
Oh.
It's just
I'll-
what their reasons are actually for being here is the question.
All you need to know is they're snooty jerks.
They're not going to tie right in the town as well, are they?
Is that okay? Anyway, we
They're
just
not gonna what?
They're not going to tie right in the town as well, are they?
I don't see why, unless you got some reason they should.
No.
Right. So
Please, I check.
Insight check. They're already gone. You can't insight
No.
check
no,
them.
we're
now.
On me,
invited,
on me.
King. Yeah.
Oh. Okay. Flannel,
Yo.
you can if you do /GM roll,
Mm-hmm.
GM roll either persuasion or deception. What are you
Don't
insight
tell
checking
us
guys
what
for?
you're rolling.
What are-
GR.
Okay.
/GR. Okay.
I
Okay.
GR.
Okay. So what are you insight checking Gaius for? Like what are you trying to
just
figure
when
out?
he was saying when we're like, unless you have something that they want to
A
raid for, he's
reason
like,
for
we
them
don't.
to invade you.
Okay. So yeah, Flannel, either roll me deception or persuasion
Okay.
using the GM roll command. So /GR
So we don't know
D20
which one
plus-
you're trying to do.
Okay.
plus whatever. Yeah. Deception if you're hiding something from them.
Mhm.
Persuasion if you're not.
Okay. And that work? Oh, okay. And then can I message to you what I was using? Or does that public knowledge?
I mean, I know what you were using.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's right. You can see the sheet.
I know whether you're hiding something or not.
Yeah.
But
Ghost, like, you don't have to tell
Um,
me.
yeah. He did roll a nat 20 though, which is pretty awesome. You guys didn't get to see that. That's pretty
Amazing.
awesome.
It's literally
Yeah.
impossible for me to roll that with like a 20 on insight. so-
Not right.
So, yeah, Gaius is on the up and up. When he tells you he's got nothing, they've got nothing to hide at Mimstone, you believe him.
All right.
Well, nothing that they would want to raid for.
Yeah, that's what it was.
That's
yeah.
what was my wording.
Well,
I hear
then they
Megan,
shouldn't be an
I hear
issue.
Megan doing her steps in the background.
Her steps
Yeah.
I know.
going.
I know. She's
Those new Dutch
it's right over my head.
those new Dutch slippers of hers.
Yeah.
So wait, so we think we can trust the super guard being here?
No,
We have
Okay, because I thought it
no
was
reason
suspicious.
to.
I
No.
agree with you.
We have
Yeah,
no reason
well-
to
Well,
suspect
go
them
ahead.
of anything outside the ordinary, though, right? In terms of Mimstone, anyway.
Right, but I mean, they're here for the same reason we are, or so they say. Isn't that a little suspicious?
Why are we here?
Well, we're gonna stop the bandits.
No,
We're
but
here to
that
help
wasn't
Gaia.
right. But they're not here for that if they're not here to protect Mimstone, right?
They
I think-
clearly
No, I
have
mean,
their
they're-
own agenda.
They,
Yeah.
if you believe what they
we
say,
are not here for the same reason for them.
if you believe what they said, Lassie, they're here to stop the bandits from getting into their borders.
Their borders, but not
Yeah,
yours.
not mine. They don't.
Yes, but
right.
this is outside-
Well, their
this is-
borders
Yeah.
aren't here, right?
this is outside of their borders.
Oh, is it
Right.
now?
Yeah,
Mhm.
well, last time I did some research on this place.
It's just close enough to be a concern.
Aye.
Right. But to be fair, the Bloodfoot are very dangerous. So if they're not checked in a certain place, they could wander further and take as much territory as they could.
Aye.
That would be an issue.
Yeah.
Could very much be an issue.
Well, I say for now we should continue. And when the time comes, we can see if we can locate the Bloodfoot camp.
Yeah.
They are worse, for sure. Kiona's not so sure when she says that. She just.
Mazra,
Mm-hmm.
do you think that was any of their real names?
I don't know, but to be fair, I don't usually take that kind as the sword to lie.
Mhm. Yeah, maybe they don't know yet.
Yes, so keep them in your back pocket, and
Yeah.
we can give them out to any malicious fae we come across.
Yeah.
You won't be any funny
I like
any in
that.
my town.
Oh, that's good.
Kiona kind of looks quizzically at Gaius. Kiona isn't sure what to make of Gaius, to be honest, with her magic and the whole satyr thing, and not sure how to deal with what's going on with Gaius. So she's a
He
little
is
bit aware,
he is a fey
wary.
he is a fey creature, and
Right.
this is probably the most positive interaction with a fey creature you've had.
Right.
Ever.
So Kiona is suspicious at best.
Well, shall we head on, my friends?
Yeah. 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 Let's go to Mimstone.
The Mimstone.
All right.
Da, 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 da,
And so
da.
you continue your travels through the woods. I'm actually gonna place some tokens here real quick.
What?
It's token placing time.
Yeah. This is none of this is to scale, just to let people know. And where did I put Gaius? Is in the guest players folder. There we go. So I'm just going to drag you over. It's not too much longer before you reach Mimstone. It's like late afternoon. By the time that you arrive, the first thing you see approaching Mimstone is the there we go. This is the music. The first thing you see is that the trees sort of thin out and they begin to part, and you see two wooden towers flanking an entrance to a well-beaten path leading straight into town. You enter town on the north side, northwest entrance, and you see this charming little village of houses. There's a water mill chugging along in front of you. There's a couple boats sailing up and down a little narrow river, catching fish. Across the river, you see a small camp next to another large tower, wooden tower, marking the edge of town. A open air market, behind which is an amphitheater. At the center of town, you see a large tavern and inn. Next to it, there's a blacksmith where you hear the smith's hammer clanging away, fashioning some tool or other that somebody in the town needs. Yeah, welcome to Mimstone.
Is Kiona as enchanted as I am about this map?
Well, I'm so happy that you said that, because I made this map in Wonderdraft.
He did.
Amazing!
yeah.
It's so amazing. It's
Yeah.
so cute. I love it.
I learned.
We-
I
we-
learned.
He was sent it to me. He's like, I made this, and I wasn't on camera with him, but I could tell he was just like, ee.
Oh, no, but for real, I'm just like, ooh, this map is so fun.
Yeah.
Welcome, my friends, to Mimstone.
That's beautiful. That's so cute.
What a lovely
But it
little
is
town you got
indeed-
here.
It is indeed an enchanting and charming little town in the middle of the forest. Exactly as you would expect from, a village in the middle of a fey forest is this just absolutely idyllic little place here.
Would that be an intelligence or wisdom save if Kiona was trying to pinch herself when she sees the place? She just
Pinch herself in
This
what way?
looks- She feels like this looks too good to be true, so she wants to make sure she's
insight
seeing
check.
what she thinks
Insight
she's
check.
seeing.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Oh,
No, she doesn't know.
Oh yeah, nope. You are indeed completely snowed over.
it's so quaint.
You're just
So pretty.
Is there any supplies you'd be needing? We can take you to some of the various stores.
Oh,
Do any of you fish?
Where do you get your supplies?
We make them ourselves from what the land provides.
yeah. That's the best way.
And he'll just kind of point out to like the natural bounty that's around, big fertile stream, big fertile forest, farmland. Yo,
Guys, are those bees?
we have a beekeeper here. Would you like
What?
some honey?
Oh,
Yes.
We have fresh made
want
mead
honey.
in the tavern.
fantastic.
But
Aye.
I don't drink, but I would love some honey.
We can go see the
Fiona's
beekeeper if
down
you
for
like.
some mead.
Okay, but wait. I think I'm getting distracted. We came here to help you with the slavers, right?
Aye.
Kiona's more inclined to save this place now that she's seen it because she's a little bit enamored by just looking at it. She likes this small town thing.
Guys, before I go off, exploring my way through the town, because it's amazing and I feel like I'm gonna get lost here. Is there anything that we need to do, like, to help make sure that nobody gets nabbed?
I think right now, we have the guard towers. I can check in with the guards, see if there's been any sightings lately. But for now, I think it's just get yourself settled in.
Okay, all right.
It is,
Well, thank goodness for that.
the sun does start to be going down soon. And I believe tonight is pot roast night at the tavern.
Oh, that's amazing.
That sounds great.
Anybody who wants to can make an Arcana check or a religion check.
Thank God
All right,
it's a
Kiona.
dirty
Look
20.
at that. Well done, Kiona.
She's
Yeah,
been
Kiona,
studying.
you and frankly, from your experience in the Feywild, you know that Fey-touched locations on the material plane can be influenced by some of the exaggerated nature of nature in the Feywild.
Right.
And so when Gaius mentions like, hey, it might be getting on towards dark soon, you know, like, oh yeah, this is a Fey enchanted forest. It's entirely likely that it'll be like middle of the day, bright and sunny out, not a cloud in the sky, and then within like 15 minutes, it's like sunset.
Oh, right. So we should find a place.
Aye, there'd be rooms at the tavern.
You lead the way.
All right, you'll gladly lead the way to the tavern, show off, you know, what do we got here? The hunting lodge, the boyer, the outfitter, just all the lovely little shops.
I'm gonna run upstairs for 60 seconds.
Aye.
You guys can take this time. We're gonna go to the tavern and do whatever you guys want. But this might be a good time for you to take a look at the map, take a look at the labels on here. If there's anywhere you want to go to like provision up, think about any questions that you might want to ask your guide. I've got my DMs open with Flannelsaurus, where if you ask him a question that I have not anticipated, I'll be feeding him the answer. But I'll be back in 60 seconds.
I am kind of sad.
Make some decisions about what you want to do with your time here.
I mean, I'm kind of sad that the baker and the butcher are not by the candle maker.
I thought about it and I didn't do it.
Of course he did. Oh my god. Boodle wants to know two things, Gaius, but I don't know. Hopefully the first question isn't a tough one. Boodle wants to know how long, Gaius, how long have you lived here?
For a long time. Ever since I was a little satyr.
Right.
Don't kindly know how I got here, but I've been here since I can remember.
Oh wow.
Fiona
That's
will
something.
look at Gaius very inquisitively, because she also feels the same way about where she was brought up. She doesn't have any recollection of ever living anywhere but that ranch, but she knows that there was time before she got there. She doesn't remember any of it. And Gaius having the same magic as her, she's starting to get more and more curious as to what exact kind of person Gaius is. But she still doesn't ask because she's very suspicious. So she'll just kind of at him.
Gaius,
Yes,
that is a strange answer, but then I don't know much about the Fae. I have another question though.
aye.
Do you have anyone in town who sells, like, magical potions?
There's an apothecary.
Oh yeah, maybe they would sell some potions or something. Okay, perfect. Maybe we'll check them out. We'll see.
I feel like our horses might be able to get a shoe checkup with the farrier.
Aye. You could probably board them in the stables as well.
Oh yeah, Doodle will love that.
Fiona will check the stables out first because she's skeptical of all stables until she can see them first. She has a standard of living for her horses.
Michelin star stable.
That's
right.
Well,
Martha,
when
where do you want to go
Yeah.
first? Sorry.
Oh no,
No, go ahead.
Ghost Pepper.
No, you guys go ahead. We'll
Roll-
handle that when we get to it.
Roleplay,
Honestly,
damn
I
it.
think I just wanna
Roleplay.
Take a look around and see what the defenses look like here.
Yeah, okay.
Is the furrier? Does they make like fursuits? Is that
Fursuits.
Not first.
Like a first.
the furrier?
I'm gonna. It's somebody who works with fur. It's like they make fur. They like extract fur off of an animal's body and treat it and like make hats out, like yeah,
Suits.
like they supply the fur. They treat the fur, they supply the fur.
You don't know. He could have meant suits
Jesus.
like coat and tie.
Jesus Christ, I know what he meant. I've been friends with Wolf. I've been friends with Wolf for like 20 plus years. I know what he meant.
I've been friends with
I
Wolf for
know
20
what he
plus
meant.
years and never
Yeah.
know what he meant.
I was gonna say, I think I've only been friends with Wolf for like 2 years, and I knew what he.
Right. It doesn't take long.
Oh my god!
All right.
I love it. Thank you, Wolf.
Just the fur you're making fur suits. Oh my god.
I'm also
You're cruising
interested-
for an anti-inspiration as well.
I'm also interested in what kind of apparent chapel you have here as a
Ooh,
Fey village.
that's true.
Sort of a non-denominational spiritual place.
But they wouldn't
Yep.
mind if I,
That's the right answer.
Non-denominational?
So long as you're being respectful to yourself and to other people's faiths, they are, and being respectful for to the lands themselves.
Yeah.
All
Well,
right.
I follow Erin Selch, and she's all about the lands.
Okay, so real quick, I don't want to type all this out to you, but the Fae have a lot of problems with Erin Selk because she is the one that cut the Feywild off from the material plane. It used to be, this is something we covered in the lore before. I didn't have time to type all this out. It used to be that the Feywild and the material plane were like this, and then things got heavy in the Feywild, and Erin Selk said nope, and she put the veil in between. Now, not all Fae have to hate Erin Selk. But quite a few of them do. Does Foodle know this? Yes, because when you were in, you know about the veil. You know that Erin Selk is responsible for creating the veil. You remember from the King of Midnight's, the Midnight King's barge, that the members of his court were especially aggressive in their opinions of Erin Selk in particular.
But Foodle also has a vision of something that Foodle saw in the future, question mark?
Yeah. Okay.
Or we don't
well,
know what.
if it sounds likely to me that Foodle would know this. So Foodle doesn't say anything and instead goes, "Oh, that's nice."
Fiona doesn't really quite understand what non-denominational means, so
Foodle has
she right, so she will also remain quiet.
I'm going to assume there's just maybe a little bit of confusion on her face when the word comes out.
Not a problem.
Oh yeah.
Okay,
One of these-
Foodle knows what that
Foodle
word
has
is.
Foodle has no poker face.
Yeah, no.
Yes, it means you can worship whoever you like there, so long as they're not evil.
Oh,
Well, that seems like a nice idea,
Aye.
wait, anyone?
I suppose.
Who's not evil?
I mean,
How do you know who's evil, though?
we keep it very private to ourselves. You won't go in there and see a bunch of people just suddenly rejoicing in whatever god they assume. It's just a place to be
Okay.
spiritual with
Okay.
yourselves.
Okay.
Who do you consider evil?
Who do I consider evil? I don't know the gods of this world.
What do you,
Give a general give it
evil?
give a general answer of what you would consider.
I mean, you've got your basic tenets of humanity, gods that don't revel in robbery and murder and all that fun sort of stuff. You won't say fun sort
Right.
of stuff.
Like Grump.
Right.
I don't know what a grumsh is, but apparently these slavers were having problems with. Follow him?
Yeah.
Grumsh is
It's
not good
problematic.
news.
So basically, if you can fit the ideals in with the basic ideals of a functioning society, you'll find yourself fine there. Any other questions?
How long have these attacks been going on?
How long have these attacks been going on? I can't remember. It's been a while now, hasn't it?
Weeks.
It's been a fair few weeks.
And it's the
And
orcs.
where are they
taking
coming from?
They normally attack, was it from the north?
Yeah.
Yes, they normally come from the north.
And it's the orcs that are taking your people.
Aye.
Hmm.
We're just a little village. We don't have much in the way of guards or anything. As you can see, our towers are manned by the village folk.
Yeah.
We didn't have any city guard or anything like that.
Maybe we shouldn't stay in the tavern then if it's not close to where you're having the issue.
I mean, the issue is in the town here. They come to us.
Right.
Well, I guess the time is of the essence. So, can we go see the beekeeper?
Aye?
Perfect.
So you guys all have things that you said you wanted to do. You could do some of them together. You could do them separately and then meet up in the tavern in like a couple hours or whatever. Up to you guys. What do you want to do?
Whittle just wants some honey. Oh, and he wants to go to... Oh, but the thing is, we don't have any money for potions. Okay, yeah, maybe we'll hold off on the apothecary. But he'll get some honey. Although I say that, Foodle doesn't have any... Oh, no, he does. Right. Okay, we're good. He's got potions of healing. So yeah, Foodle's just gonna spend some time talking to the bees and
Buzz, buzz, buzz.
The bees, not the beekeepers.
Yeah, the bees.
yeah, not the. I mean,
Like,
I'm talking to the beekeepers.
All you
I
see out
guess,
there
but-
is well, it's bees, how they communicate. So just Foodle busting a move out in the middle of the field by a bunch of beehives. He's just shaking his butt back and forth.
Yeah.
So the beehives here, you've never seen beehives quite like them before, Foodle. They're a little bit unusual. So you know how you have like the classic like cone, almost cone shaped, sort of elongated dome shaped beehives.
Mhm.
So imagine them tipped over on their side with the bottom being like wide open, and this beehive is like cavernous, and you can see like the lattice honeycomb all the way around.
Kind of like a cornucopia.
Yeah, like a cornucopia.
Oh, that's
And it's positively like dripping honey, almost like saliva dripping from a wide open maw. And the bees are well, actually, Foodle, can you roll a nature check for me?
Oh,
As you're checking out the
yes.
beekeeper.
Yeah.
I'm gonna move you down to the beekeeper too.
Oh,
Oh,
thank
these
you.
are-
Should've done
These are like these are like the little bees right here.
Ghost nature is an oh wait, this
Yes, it's intelligence. Yeah.
I actually don't know because we're trying out the one D&D ranger stuff, and I actually don't know if Foodle still gets this. I don't remember because I was gonna say, does this forest count towards that? But this forest,
I'm
may
gonna
not
say
anyway,
yeah.
so-
Is this one D&D right here?
No, this is not a 1D&D thing. This is the original, and I
Okay.
don't know if Foodle had to give this up for the 1D&D stuff. That's what I don't know. Anyway, doesn't
Well,
matter.
what do you get? Yeah,
We'll just say that he doesn't get it because maybe it's a weird Bay Forest.
I think you did give this up. Yeah,
I think so, right?
I think you did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So I got a 19 and plus 6 nature, so 25.
Okay. Yeah. The bees look just happy as you please. You know, they're these like fluffy bumblebees hopping to and fro inside their hive and outside. You know, one lands on an outstretched finger and starts to lick your finger a little bit. The bee has an like, you have never seen a bee with as much fluff on their body as this little bee. So it's you know, fat from nourishment, just very fluffy, almost looks like a downy coat of fur covering this little creature.
Foodle loves all of this and is talking to the bees, and he's wiggling with them, and he's checking in on all the honey and flowers. He's not taking any honey, of course, but he'll buy that from the shop. But yeah, he's just having a grand old time hanging out with the bees.
He's wiggling with them. That's
Oh, yeah,
right.
He definitely is. Like everything
He's just
Flannel
in
said is
there.
absolutely. Yeah.
And you see a couple more you see a couple of the beekeepers out, and they're not wearing any protection. They seem perfectly at home with the bees here.
Foodle's gonna ask them, wait, I notice, sorry, pardon me, my name's Doodle. No, Gimbal, sorry. Doodle's my last name.
Gimbal Doodle.
I'm not from around here. You may notice. I notice you folks, you're not wearing any protection against the bees. I've only ever, I come from like a small town. They always wear like big hats with like nets and stuff. How are you guys doing that?
Oh yeah, well, indeed, well, you don't anywhere hesitate doing it because they their own sting. They don't get the stingers in them. Well, they do, but they don't use them on us. See, well, you know, they just like chilling in their hive and just having a grand old time doing it. But you know, we don't need to worry about getting sting because we talk to the bee. We raise them for little beetings and. These little larvae, they're like puppies, you know. They're like almost like a little puppy. You didn't see one?
Why do I live in Bob Dylanville?
Sorry, I don't know if I caught all. Is it okay if I dance with the bees?
Oh, the bees. Oh, we got a little bird over there. He's like to dance with the bees all the time. And he points to a little like 5-year-old blonde girl who is just out there dancing around in circles with the bees. And there's like a swarm of bees like following her and buzzing, and she's like giggling and laughing. And normally you would think like, oh my god, that kid's in danger. But you know, the beekeeper here doesn't seem concerned in the least.
Oh, good. Okay. It's nice to meet you. I'm gonna go dance with the bees.
Oh, you're gonna get safe now, are you?
Okay.
And he goes, talks to the little guy. How are you, little girl?
A whole couple of minutes of ghost pepper dialogue I've ever witnessed in my whole life.
You have
I
never
can't
been.
even.
You've never been more
That was
attractive than
so
you are
good.
right now.
Right?
Right?
Oh my god.
S-
What? Please.
I don't know.
You know, I didn't know that Bob Dylan was from Newfoundland.
Speak more to me so I don't understand what you're saying.
It was a cross between Bob Dylan, a Newfie accent, and Boomhauer.
I'm a little bit real happy about that right now, and I don't know what to do with that.
I
Oh.
don't know. I don't know where that came from. It just seemed really necessary.
we're
at
just-
the moment.
we're-
I don't know.
So
We're gonna-
All I know
Oh
is
my
that-
god. Yes.
all I know is that Foodle's gonna ask Gaius about the beekeepers later.
You're gonna have to tuck that one away for an accent redeem sometime later.
Oh my god, yes.
It just
Right. Is that Foodle?
Yeah, that's what Foodle's up to. And then he'll
I
end up-
apologize. I apologize to the rest of you because you're not all
No.
getting.
no.
unless you go talk
No,
to
but
the
it made
beekeepers.
sense for the beekeeper specifically. It's stung one too many times. He just can't.
Well,
He's never
apparently
been
not.
stung. That's the thing. He's never
Apparently
been
not.
stung.
That's my understanding.
Or to his knowledge. Just,
Right.
He's been kissed, maybe.
All right. Let's go with Kiona. Kiona, where were you going? You were going to the stables.
The stables and the farrier, yeah. To assess the situation of their horses and if they need fresh shoes, and to see what their stables look like if their horses would get a nice break here for the duration of their stay.
Yeah. And when you approach the farrier, you see that the farrier is currently scraping some of the sediment or whatever you would call it. I don't know the technical term, and Infinite Dog doesn't seem to be here to help me with this one. But you know, some of the sediment off of the bottom of a horse hoof in preparation for shodding a new shoe. Is that the proper term? Shodding? Do you shod the shoe onto the horse?
I would, I
I
mean,
think so.
yeah.
Yeah.
For this campaign,
Um,
sure.
Sure. So in preparation for installing a new shoe onto the horse, the farrier looks up at you as you walk past, gives you a little bit of a curious expression, and then a quick smile and then gets back to work. Installing, updating horse shoe.
You like the 2-year warranty on that?
Moving past the farrier's workshop to the stables, you see that these are some clean stables. In fact, you've never seen cleaner stables.
That's
There's
disconcerting.
There's not even a single nugget on the ground, which is impressive, disconcerting maybe. That's your choice. A middle-aged human woman with curly black hair and dark eyes looks up at you. Her slightly pockmarked golden skin on her face breaks out into a wide smile. Wow, welcome.
Hey, sure to hear you today.
Well, hello there.
Oh, now, Gaius, you know that ain't me. That's old Ned the beekeeper.
My friend got to meet Ned earlier.
Mm-hmm. Quite a meeting, I'm sure that was.
It does.
And
Excuse me.
who are you, lass? Pardon me. I'm Frederica, the proprietress of this establishment here.
Frederica. Well, I'm Annie.
Oh,
You're so
pleased to
proud.
meet you, Annie.
Question marks all over Gaius's head. Is just, what? Annie?
I notice you keep an awfully clean stable here.
Oh yes, well, this stable is my pride and joy.
Your horses seem to be happy. I did notice that your man was doing a good job shoeing that horse back there.
Oh well, yeah, these horses sure are happy.
How do you keep it so clean?
Oh, this is all I do every day. I just run around and clean feed, clean feed, clean feed.
You don't have a family or other ought to look after?
Oh no, I got some helpers though. Some of the gnome children from across the river help me out from time to time.
Oh. All right.
Yeah, you probably saw their camp when you first came into town.
Oh, sure. Did she? I guess she probably did.
Yes, is this camp right here you saw
Yeah,
across the river? Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay. All right. Well, I know our horses could use a bit of a rest, and potentially some of them could be given new shoes. I was wondering if y'all might be up for the task, and she'll indicate their, I want to say 3 to 4 horses that probably need, out of the group that they personally travel with.
Well, sure. You just park them in here. I've got a couple spare stalls in the back.
Right. You don't mind if I check in whenever I need to?
Oh, sure. Your horses.
I mean, I'll probably come and clean out their stalls and all that. You know, I take good care.
Oh, you won't need to do that at all.
Well,
That'll all be taken care of.
Right. I'll be by either way.
Sure enough. Right. Mazra.
Mazra's going
Where
to get
are you gonna be?
she's going to get a fursuit.
So, yeah. So,
Apparently.
I have 2 things in mind, but she's gonna wander down this way on this side. First thing,
Alright.
she wants to walk by and see where this workshop is.
Okay. Well, there's so this workshop. This is very similar, actually, to your old dad's workshop here. Just makes different odds and ends. Kind of just a local handyman. Actually, very deceptively young. Like you're quite surprised. The girl who works here with her cropped straight red hair, tied back into a ponytail, reddish skin from too much time spent in the sun. She's probably not even 20 years old.
Is she like human or is she?
Yeah, she's human.
Okay. Nice wares you've got here.
Thanks.
Been doing this long?
Yeah.
Sorry. Seem pretty young.
I'm not young. I'm 18.
No. Wisdom of years.
You gonna buy something?
Probably not.
So why are you here?
Just interested.
Okay. And she goes back to her work. She lets you look around if you want, but
Okay. Is there anything like, because that's like kind of her background, does she notice anything that's weird or particularly out of place, or like it's just normal stuff?
roll an investigation check
Okay.
if you're looking around.
All right.
Looking around. Actually, no. No. Hold off on that. Roll a Tinker Tools check using intelligence.
Okay.
Oof. I'm sorry for your roll.
Yeah. Dice have been a little weird tonight.
It looks like a normal workshop to you. Like, it reminds you a lot of your dad's workshop back in Blycross before it was destroyed. Not in the sense that it's some sort of bizarro mirror image of it that some alien intelligence is toying with you. It just reminds you a lot of your dad's old workshop. Odds and ends strewn about, a bunch of half finished projects. Obviously this girl's got a lot of jobs on the go, working with one thing, mending this, fixing that, improving upon this piece of furniture.
Mazra eventually wanders away because she feels uncomfortable. Comfortably nostalgic.
As you're leaving, the young woman sort of just glances up at you and then goes back to her work without saying anything.
Probably because it's been a while since she's really focused on that kind of stuff, and it's just like,
Yeah.
I don't know that I want to
Gotcha.
necessarily sit with these memories right now.
Yeah.
Other than that, I think she's just gonna wander around the market. So, but other than
Okay.
that,
Mazza, roll an investigation for me.
okay.
Actually, no. Roll a perception for me.
Oh God, stop nerfing me.
Not investigation. I know it's not nerfing you, but you're not actively investigating. I keep forgetting that investigation is you need to be actively.
Oh.
Wow.
Bad rolls tonight. Look, she's too
Walking-
nostalgic right now.
So Mazra falls
Walking
into
around-
the river.
Walking around this market, something happens to you that almost never happens to you, Mazra. You are charmed by the quaintness of this town and the friendliness of its people. You're like,
being charmed.
wow, this place is really, really nice.
Place is really nice.
Hey, you find yourself, imagining buying some riverfront property, maybe this place right here, right? And maybe or maybe buying the workshop from that girl with your tens of thousands of gold from adventure.
Going to make some real estate deals in this town. She's already coming up with a scheme about how to turn it into a more lucrative. Let's get some tourists in here and fix it up.
Right. Gentrification.
Yeah.
Oh God, the Feywilds meets
Okay.
Atlantic City.
And before too much time, you're all charmed by this quaint and lovely
This is
and
what
friendly
I was
little town.
worried about.
There are, the inhabitants are so friendly, and there's so many different people from different kind of species and walks of life here. There's gnomes, there's humans. There are
at least
fake
one
creatures
satyr.
like Gaius around. There's at least one satyr. There's actually like a couple more. You see a couple more as you know, maybe Gaius's family, maybe not, maybe just friends. Maybe not even friends, who knows.
I hate them
and at the
bastards.
appointed time.
Darn satyrs, they ruined Sateria.
And at the appointed time, you all head into the tavern. The tavern, as you approach it on the outside, you see a hanging signboard of a duck that is like flapping its wings to get away from some unseen threat, with its beak wide open in a panicked quack and a little egg underneath it, as if it had been startled so much that it laid an egg. And underneath in big, beautiful, scrawling painted letters is the Startled Duck Inn and Tavern. As you walk into the tavern, it is an immaculately clean establishment. No stains of ale or food on the floorboards. Other than that, it looks quite normal, except for the bar. The bar looks like a tree that has grown out of the floor and then bent horizontally and then up all the way to the ceiling, where it sprouts its leaves, and the ceiling is covered in this canopy of leaves and branches that weave through the rafters. A few roots from the tree punch up through the floor in front of the bar and form these big, thick, knotted bundles of root wood that serve as bar stools. You can see as people are sitting on them. Behind the bar is the proprietress of the Startled Duck, a creature whom the last time you encountered them, Foodle and Mazra, and possibly Kiona, but we're not sure. Your run-in with two of these creatures was less than friendly.
In that way, Kiona's gonna whisper to them, "Well, I don't think I should feel comfortable, but I love it here." She knows there's something wrong, but she loves it, this whole thing.
Yeah. So the figure behind the bar is a tree made manifest in humanoid form. Her skin is bark. Her even like the facial muscles is just like shifting tree bark. Her hair is a cascade of leaves that tumble down her shoulders and down to her waist. You recognize this as a dryad, and the last time you had a run-in with dryads, they were Philip's two friends, and you had a little bit of a tussle with them and their pet tree.
Wait a minute. You're a nice dryad, right? Wait, does Foodle know that she's a dryad? Yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah, you've encountered dryads before, like I said. Yeah. Well, welcome.
Charmed by the town.
Uh-huh.
Yes, I am a nice dryad.
Oh, thank goodness we've met some not so nice ones.
No. Oh,
Yeah.
well. They're just jealous of you, cutie.
Oh, I think you're right.
My kind can be very capricious. Oh, Gaius, who are your lovely friends?
What's her name?
Sabina.
Aye, Sabina, these are some friends I found that's going to help us with our little incursion problem.
Flutter,
Yeah.
where does that perception roll for? I just saw it.
Of how much she recognizes this as a potentially magical, like a place that she shouldn't trust because it's too much based on magic. Given that the tree
that
curves
would-
into
yeah.
the bar, that's her like.
Well, it certainly looks
She
like a
knows
magical
she shouldn't,
place.
but maybe she doesn't quite get. Like she still is charmed by it. Like she knows it's a
It
little
looks-
like.
Yeah, it looks like a very magical place. Like how
Right.
many taverns have a
But
bar
how could
that's a
this
tree?
possibly be bad?
Yeah.
It's
How
what
could yeah,
she's
you don't
thinking.
feel but you don't
Right.
you don't feel any
Hmm.
reason to, like the only thing
Yeah.
you feel is that perhaps this bar is a bit humid,
Yeah.
like a bit more humid than the
Oh,
outside. That's
yeah.
that's a little weird, but yeah.
Yeah.
How did you get?
Other
this
than that,
tree
it
to
just looks
do
like a
this?
lively place. Oh, this is my tree.
Oh, what?
Your tree.
So if we hire
Yes,
a
well-
dryad,
And she just sort of runs her hands along the bar. You see, every dryad is linked to a tree. Pardon me, I don't have that range. Every dryad is linked to a tree. I cannot travel far from this tree, and this tree cannot travel far from me.
Oh,
So you chose to make it into a tavern.
Yes, well, I asked it to, and
it
of course, it complied. Well, of course.
Well,
That's
that's
so
a
Every
remarkable
dryad
talent.
every dryad is thick as thieves with her tree, you know.
Right.
oh. I hope to be someday.
A
are you
dryad?
looking?
Well, you can't.
No.
I'm afraid you can't be. But you're lovely the way
Well-
you are.
You know, I hadn't thought of that, but I was actually thinking more, really close with some trees.
Ah,
You happen to be interested in relocating to Lysantia?
thank you for the offer. I'm sure that you would pay me a great amount, but I'm not interested.
Sabina's got roots here, no pun intended.
Oh, Gaius! And she slaps your shoulder a little bit.
Catching on to Mazra's indication there, Kiona will be like, well, if you know anybody that might be interested in relocating, you just let us know. We might have a spot for you.
Are you looking for another dryad bartender?
I think it might be interesting.
Well, you'll find that a tall order. I'm the only one that I know of, but I can ask around. Speaking of tall orders, would you like the house special?
What's
Oh,
that?
Yes.
Oh, well, it's a lovely mixture of apple cider and mead. Unique
Oh.
to this very town.
Oh, that sounds something delicious to me.
I'll have the apple cider.
Oh, of course, of course.
I'll take
And
the
she
special.
goes and prepares a few of the specials. What about your friend number 3?
I will drink water.
Oh, very well. You're no fun, are you?
No, I'm not.
Gaius, what about you, dear?
I'll have the special.
Ah, very well. And so Sabina goes back and she starts pouring the drinks out of the tap. One tall glass of water, one tall glass, and the glasses are like this tall. When she said, speaking of
Yeah.
a tall order, like they're
Food-
like this tall.
food
They're
could take
very
a-
narrow, but yeah.
Foodle could take a bath in
Um,
one.
What time
Uh,
of day is it, Ghost?
she gives Foodle like what is like a normal, like to us, like a normal
Highball.
Collins glass,
Yeah,
highball
Collins
glass. Thank
glass. Yeah.
Yeah, Collins
Appropriately
glass.
large for him.
Yeah, which is yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then so a water, an apple cider, and then two of the specials, which are handed to Gaius and Kiona. While she's pouring the specials, she's pulling the tap, and she stops and she stop it, and she just sort of slaps the keg a little bit and then pours it again and then hands it over. Here you go.
Does it
2 specials, a water, and apple cider.
always need to be disciplined like that?
Oh no, it's just one of those things. So when something isn't working the way you want, you talk to it and you slap it a bit.
Right, sure, I understand that. All right.
The
I'm gonna take
young
it at
lady
face
knows.
value.
The young lady knows, and she gestures towards Masra. She understands me. Oh, now don't try to hide it. To answer your question, what time of day is it? It's like early evening. You can see that the
Okay.
shadows are getting long. The sun is getting a bit redder. So Gaius, are these the outsiders that you sought out to help us with our little orc problem?
Aye, they be some mighty fighters themselves.
Present company excluded, lass. Well, that's wonderful news. They've been a dreadful burden on this community.
Aye.
Yeah, Gaius said they might be slavers. I hate slavers.
Oh, yes,
Not
indeed.
big fans.
Yeah.
Yes, well, and if there's one thing Fey folk can't stand, it's slavers as well. We are, of course, all about freedom and living our lives according to our whims here, you know.
Yeah.
That's when you charm people into doing what you want them to do.
That's a bit of harmless fun. But around here, we've learned to live with our material realm friends.
Oh. Well, good. Yeah. I mean, it sure seems so. This is one of the nicest little towns I've ever had the pleasure of visiting.
It is quite a lovely place.
I
How long
love
has it
dancing
been
with
here?
the bees.
Oh, the bees are lovely, aren't they? I'm sorry, miss, what was your question?
How long has this town been here?
Oh, ages! Goodness, Gaius, can you remember?
Unfortunately, I can't.
I can't either. It's been
You
forever.
can't remember, but it's been a long time.
Oh yes, well, I'm
What do you-
still quite a young lady after all. I'm not that old.
Right, of course. Is she? Kiona looks. I mean,
You have to saw her
does
open
she
and look at her
like
rings.
She's a young lady, or am I talking to somebody that's 300 years old
don't-
that doesn't realize?
you
it?
don't-
Like,
She's a dryad.
Yeah.
You don't know anything
Oh,
about
so you have
them.
no idea. Okay.
Yeah. Real dryad physiology.
Right.
Yeah.
So, but okay. Well, yeah. I don't. Something doesn't fit for Kiona, but she doesn't know how to put her finger on it. She doesn't know where it is. She knows that there's some element of this town that is not.
Yeah, who founded this town?
Who founded this town? Well, that's an excellent question. An excellent question indeed. Nobody knows. But this town was founded as a sort of harmonious coexistence and cohabitation between the Fae and the more fleshy folk, if you will.
Like me.
Yes, like you. Like, well, all three of you, really. and all of the humans and the elves and the dwarves and the gnomes. It's a town it's a town that's meant to be a safe haven for misfits, outsiders, folk that don't belong or aren't accepted for who they are in their home communities. In a sense, folk like Gaius and myself fall into that category as well. If you've ever met fey creatures, well, they can be somewhat difficult to deal with. Perhaps malicious is not the right word, but unempathetic towards
Don't
the
say.
sensibilities. I do say, actually. I just said it.
Mm,
Oh yeah, she did just say that.
right. Kiona is reaching back into the annals of what flashes of memories she might have left from when she was in the Feywild.
Yeah. And
So-
and you recall that I believe the term that TV Tropes gives to it is blue and orange morality as opposed to black and white morality.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
the moral compass and the sense of right and wrong that the Fae have from your experience in the Feywild is extremely alien to you.
Yeah.
And so it's interesting to you to hear a Fae creature, especially one as aggressive as the ones that you guys met previously, to be talking about coexistence and
Right.
trying to show like empathy towards material plane residents of the town. But this is something of a safe haven, and of course, these thrice damned slavers are putting rather a cramp in our style, as it were.
I think there's at least one thing we can probably agree on is that those slavers are probably not good news.
Yeah. Yeah, we gotta take them out. Should we take the fight to them, do you think?
Do you know where they're camped?
I'm not a statistician, of course.
Right.
That's more Gaius's realm of expertise.
I think it'd be
This
best.
sounds to me a good idea, though.
I think probably best to mount as assault if we were going to early in the morning, because they, from what I've seen, they usually work in the nighttime.
Oh.
Right. Well, I suppose we should just plan on that.
So we should
Yeah.
keep an eye out tonight.
That's what the towers are up for.
Right. Well, I could maybe take a watch.
I'm sure some of the townsfolk would greatly appreciate that, lad.
Yeah.
Having
Well,
such
I
a
mean, I
having
will-
such a sharp eye as you on the tower is sure to keep us safe.
I hope so. I mean, I'll do what I can. I will need sleep, but I could maybe do a 4-hour watch.
Aye, that sounds fair, laddie.
Perfect.
How about what's on the stove tonight, Sabina?
Oh, well, delicious vegetable root stew.
Well, that sounds
My own
delightful.
recipe. Yes. Well, I'll go back and fetch some for you right away.
Aye.
Thank you. Oh,
She before you can say anything else, she actually like sinks into the ground. She's just like, yes, I'll go get some right away. Toodaloo, and then she just like, sinks down into the ground like an elevator has lowered her down. But if you look over the bar, there's nothing there. And then like basically an instant later, she walks out the kitchen doors from behind the bar. Now she's walking out of them with plates of bread and cheese, some cooked vegetables, and puts it down. She's like, "I stand corrected. We're out of stew, I'm afraid.
Oh, it's a shame, lassie.
So sorry." Yes, well, you know, the kitchen help, Gaius, ate it all again.
Again? Lassie, you gotta find yourself some new help, Lassie.
Yes, apparently I do, but we have the help that we're stuck with, as you know.
Before anybody eats,
Yes.
that's what.
Oh,
All right.
Oh shit. Okay, well, perfect. Because Foodle's gonna ask, is there I don't know, like a catch of the day? Although by that I don't mean fish. Maybe like a rabbit or deer or something like that. Or what was in the stew?
a vegetable stew, I think, doesn't have any animals in it, though. Foodle is the idea.
Oh, sorry. I got so distracted. I couldn't figure out where she went. Right.
We do have some rabbit, if you like.
Oh, perfect. I'll have that.
Rabbit au chasseur style with a sauce of wild mushrooms.
That sounds amazing.
Yes, well, I'll get that. I'll get that for you right away. And she once again disappears under the bar, and then walks back out from the kitchen with a look of consternation on her Groot-like features. She puts down some rabbit without the mushroom sauce in front of you. I am so sorry. The kitchen help ate all of the sauce. Can you believe this, Gaius? I'm about to reach my limits. My leaves are about to turn yellow and fall off. I'm so frustrated.
I can give them a good cock and two, Lassie.
Please do. They're all yours.
And then Gaia sinks down it. No.
No. Unfortunately, Gaius needs to walk into the kitchen.
Yeah, Gaius will go around into the kitchen.
Yeah. And as the swinging kitchen door sort of closes and like swings past the other side and then closing, that sort of whoosh that a kitchen swinging door does, you hear a tremendous clang in the kitchen, a tremendous clatter, things falling off of counters, Gaius cursing back there. You don't hear any other voices back there. It sounds like he's just like wrecking the kitchen or something. In any case, my fine little gnomish friend, my apologies. I've given it. I'm just laughing at what funny Ginger Torch just said in the chat.
Imagine if Foodle was like that, though.
We're all sitting at the table, like,
I have sprinkled the rabbit with some very fine spices, the finest spices that I had in my kitchen available to me. That the help doesn't like.
Oh,
the hell.
But you should find them very scrumptious. Yes.
May I ask about your employees?
Employees?
Well, the people that are working in your kitchen.
Oh yes, well they're very crude and inexperienced. Feyfolk.
Oh.
This transactional nature of we are making this for a customer is very difficult for younger Feyfolk to understand.
I see.
They will. This is something of an apprenticeship for them before they're ready for a more meaningful contact with the material realm folk of this town.
Right.
Well, so they're still learning.
Yes, and so I beg your forgiveness and your patience with them.
Oh, I mean, it's fine. The mushrooms sounded
course.
great, but maybe I can have some tomorrow. I did have some delicious honey. Did Foodle have honey? I hope so.
Did we have any of the honey made?
You specifically said you weren't taking any honey.
That's
No,
right,
he's.
'cause they're
But I
weird
also
honey.
specifically said that he was going
You're-
to buy some.
you're- Oh,
If the-
okay.
if it's
Yes, he did. He
available
did.
for purchase.
He did say that.
Yes. Okay. It is available for purchase.
Okay.
And the Ned just gave you a bottle.
Okay. Aw.
He was like, "Hey, you weren't some honey. You just ate this bottle. This is my best honey. Your favorite with some vanilla and closing and lavender. There's some lavender around. But your friends only.
So it was.
Like,
So it was 1 gold, or and Foodle's like.
Ends
pulling out coins.
up, who wants Ned to be in the party next?
flashback to the tavern.
Yeah.
Poodle holding his.
Poodle remembers cocking his head, and Andrew cocks his head, and they both sort of
And
look at
Fiona
Ned,
cocks her head.
and Poodle sort of offers him some coins, and then
He refuses to take
Ned
them.
refuses.
He refuses to
Perfectly
take them.
clear to me.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, thank you so much. Oh, this is wow. I don't know what to say. And anyway. so
What are you
Poodle-
doing? All right.
Well, I got this honey. I think this would go really well with the
I
rabbit.
really feel like Ned should
Oh,
be
lovely.
the,
Some
person
of,
in the dialogue.
Oh, some of good Nedwoods, honey. Oh, he's such a kid, isn't he? Did you find his sense of humor as energizing as I do?
Very well spoken.
Yes.
I shall tell you if I were a few years older, interested in flesh eating, Ned might be quite a looker as well.
So Foodle bombed his
If she noticed your deception, she doesn't let on.
Thank God. Yes, he's something.
Something else.
Mhm.
Kiona's a Foodle
Yes,
on
I
this
will.
one. Like, yeah, sure.
I think you'll find that would pair very well with the rabbits. Mazra, your purify food and drink requires verbal and somatic components. So you're doing like a really obvious like above the food, just to say. Are you still doing that?
Yeah.
All right. Oh dear. You don't trust me.
This is my religious ritual before I
To
eat.
be fair, she doesn't trust much
Well-
of anybody.
Very well. Well, far be it for me to question your religion.
Yes, I was told this town is very accepting.
It is. Please enjoy. Do whatever rituals you need to do.
I just
Right.
love that she said, "Oh dear."
Oh dear. So you, Foodle, as you like reach in like a little, so you're provided a little spoon to scoop your honey out. As you do so, you're like, wow, this honey is like actually warm. You expected it to be like room temperature, but it's almost like the honey just came out of the oven or something. Which is quite pleasant as you eat the rabbit. And what old Ned said to you is actually, you can taste like lavender and cloves and cinnamon and vanilla in the honey, and there is a hint of something else. You know, a little bit of like
Rabbit.
you know. In the honey, not the rabbit. The rabbit tastes like rabbit.
It's smoke leaf infused.
It is not smoke leaf infused. You don't know what that
Good
flavor
ass
is.
honey, you guys.
Yeah, I mean that's what Foodle thinks.
Yeah, it's not like it's not
Oh.
floral like whatever the something special is. It's almost like savory.
Ooh, savory honey. That's
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah, sort of cutting
People.
through the sweet.
I like it. I don't think
Did
I
you
probably
say-
should.
Did you just cast suspicion that Nedward is using people in his honey?
No, I would never say that.
That's
I don't think
preposterous.
she would think that. She looks at Mazra. Right?
Insight check.
Could somebody please
What
clip
are-
that? Because I want to have that blurped for later. Somebody please clip that.
Okay. Wisdom +2. Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, the insight check, please, Megan.
All right, Mazra.
Let's see how bad this roll is.
Oh,
Okay.
Oh. That's a 19. If my yeah.
What?
Oh,
Oh, what?
my mistake. My apologies.
Expertise too, baby.
Holy shit.
Well, please, I hope you enjoy your meals.
Yeah, it's delicious, and you were right. The honey, I've never had anything quite as delicious as this. It pairs perfectly.
And Gaius will come out of the kitchen finally. Aye, that Nedward is a master of his craft.
Oh, that Nedward is such a dear.
Also,
I think I've sorted them out for you, lassie.
Well, thank you so much, Gaius. I very much appreciate your help.
You do seem to be known about here, guys.
When you're the one who fights for the freedom of the folk, you tend to be a bit of a hero.
yeah, that makes sense.
Kiona, you actually, I'm gonna DM this to you.
Arius, what were you doing in there? It was very It sounded like a lot of happenings.
I just give him a little talking to.
Ah. Okay.
Was that in response to the thing that I said to Gaius?
What I DM'd you?
Right.
No. Not related to anything.
You'll see Kiona reach for the back of her neck and turn around and then shake her head
You're right there,
and
lassie.
continue about her business.
Did we notice this?
Roll perception
Foodle,
to see if you notice.
Aye. Ooh.
would Foodle's passive perception come in here at all, or?
Yeah, passive perception works. Actually, I would say it would be passive perception. So Mazra, that's a 9.
Okay.
Sorry, mate. What's Foodle's passive perception? Like 57?
Yeah,
Apparently, it's 23.
Like 57.
that's amazing.
Yeah, Foodle, you notice Kiona put her hand on the back of her neck and turn around.
Kiona, are you cold? You okay?
Well, no. Quite the opposite, actually. I thought I felt a warm breeze, but there's nothing there, so I'm sure it was just my imagination.
Oh no, this place can be quite drafty, and you know
Right.
how in the Feywild things tend to be a little bit upside down. Drafty here can mean warm and humid, as opposed to dry and cold.
Sometimes we're downwind and sometimes we're upwind.
Indeed.
Well, that's new. Well,
Does
I
Mars
mean,
sense
okay.
anything?
Yeah, so Maz, are you feeling suspicious? You push out your divine senses. Celestial, fiend, undead, the presence of any. Is this the one that's like consecrated or desecrated ground?
Yes.
Nothing.
Okay.
Nothing. If this is much further than 60 feet, but you can detect like consecrated ground up here by the chapel and cemetery.
Right.
If that's within the range. I'm not reading that whole thing.
No, I
but
don't think. Yeah, I
that
don't
would
think it
be
goes that far.
yeah, but that
Yeah,
would be the
60
only
feet.
thing you would sense.
Okay.
strange feeling.
Aye, Lassie. It was strange when we got used to it too. I apologize if it puts you offset.
When you got used to it,
But we had to get used to it too, Lassie.
when did it start?
It's always been here.
Yeah,
It's,
when the place
yeah. Remember,
when the place was built.
Yes. Being in the
Do you know
Feywilds,
why though?
because we're in the Feywilds, Lassie. Things always change.
Well, how can you tell when something's right or not right?
You just get a sense for it.
Aye.
It's like getting your sea legs. So they say. I've never been on a ship.
Hmm.
Oh,
All right.
that is strange.
Kiona still doesn't feel very comfortable after that. It was like somebody breathing on the back of her neck, and she doesn't know what to do with that because,
Well, Kiona, do you want to try any of the rabbit with honey?
well, sure. She'll happily get distracted by something like that, yeah. Well, that's
Right.
delicious.
Right?
Yes. To answer your question from earlier there, lad, the wee ones get a little excited when they think they're going to get the Dickens. So they tend to make a lot of noise.
Oh, right, the Dickens.
We don't know what that is.
In trouble.
Oh, right.
Oh.
Okay, right. Oh, I
Yeah,
So
sure.
see. Yeah, no, I knew that.
Mm-hmm.
they're working on it, though.
She kind of looks at Fudo like, uh-huh.
Well, now, anytime you're ready, your rooms are prepared. If you will excuse me, I have other customers to see to. But please do check in before you go to bed.
Right, of course.
It was lovely meeting you all. Toodaloo.
Yeah, thank you. Bye.
Thank you for your hospitality, Sabina.
And she just sort of disappears down into the floor. And then if anybody is looking around, you might see her occasionally like just sort of rise up out of the floor in one spot to change somebody's drinks and things like that, and then sort of disappear back down into the floor, come back up somewhere else.
Puts a new term to the reason dumbwaiter.
I beg your pardon, Gaius.
You know I love you, Lassie.
I love you too, dear.
When they get to their room, Kiona will look at Mazra and she'll be like, pinch me. All right, thank you, because I'm not sure what to trust around here.
What did you feel? Exactly.
Oh, you mean like just a warm, humid breeze on the back of my neck. And I don't know, it just kind of made me feel like someone was breathing on me, you know? But
I
nobody
didn't
was
sense
there.
anything evil around us.
And I couldn't see anything either. But I don't know, something feels different. And I just keep thinking if I pinch myself, I might wake up. But it doesn't seem to be working. And she'll giggle a little bit if Mazra does that.
Place seems strange to me.
Yeah. I guess we just keep our eyes out, huh?
I suppose. I don't suppose they have any sort of library here or archive.
Well, I
in the
guess Gaius
chapel,
would know.
possibly.
Aye, Foodle, you ever played darts before?
Yeah, I love darts.
Aye, we've got a good set here if you're interested.
Oh, yes, please.
We'd probably be having about the same time they were having their conversation.
Yeah, because I figured Foodle wasn't in their room.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, and in the interest of time, just to move things along a bit here. Yeah, you guys do your watches, do your whatever else it is you do. If you guys are talking about like investigating something, like we could do some skill rolls if you want. But other than that, I'd like to move us on to the next morning.
For sure.
Do we get a rest and all that?
Yes, so you get a long rest.
Oh, okay. Interesting. This is good.
And probably a bath.
Oh, yeah. Long
And
travel.
Kiona will wake extra early and go over to the stables
Yeah.
to help muck the stalls out.
Well, and you guys definitely feel like you need a bath the next morning when you wake up, and indeed a bath is provided for you. There's a fully stocked bathhouse here at the Startled Duck. But when you wake up, you feel like you must have sweated through the night. Like you all feel like that sort of feeling of like when you went to sleep on like a really hot and humid night, and you wake up the next day just feeling like sticky, and like your clothes are stuck to you and whatever.
Prickly heat.
This is.
It
I
is
feel-
it is quite humid when you wake up. It is like, you see a lot of older people doing this around town, around the tavern.
Kiona will go check the stables before the stop of the baths because she knows she's going to get dirty at the stables trying to help to clean up her horses.
Well, when she arrives at the stables, you find that they are just as immaculately clean as they were yesterday.
She's disconcerted by this. She'll check on her horses. She'll say hi to each one of them. Give them a good pet.
And as you pat them down, geez, they must have sweated overnight as well. And yeah, you find it is pretty humid inside the stable as well, and around town too, because the horses are like a little bit sweaty.
Oh. Well, she'll do what she can to help them maintain temperature of whatever she can. If there's water she can refresh their troughs with, she can brush them down a little bit. However, to help cool them off, she will.
There's all that stuff around.
Yeah. So weird how clean this place is. She'll mumble to herself as she does it, but she'll go on about her business and rejoin them if nothing is otherwise to be remarked upon in that situation.
Sure. Is there any provisioning you guys want to do before you set out?
Candles and cheese. Candles and cheese.
I feel like cheese has to be it because I've been wanting to ever since I saw that sign.
Ghost, do they sell
There's
nets
gotta be a
and
cheese
rope?
stop.
Nets and rope?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, perfect.
Yep.
Okay. Regular price?
Um,
Expensive? Cheap?
Free.
Free?
Yeah. They the people at the shops, they say oh no, your money is no good here,
Oh no!
please keep it.
Wait.
Here you go.
You have a post-gold economy.
Well, you could say something like that.
Economy.
We do operate as we do straddle the border between the material plane and the Feywild. We do operate on a somewhat more Fey-like system of commerce, if you
And
will.
what do you want for this? This is not money.
Ah, well, you are providing it. You are providing a service to this town. You're the ones
Oh.
going to go out there and defeat those raiders, aren't you?
Yes.
This will help you do it.
That makes
what
yes,
you
it
said.
will. That makes
That's what
sense.
I tried to tell Untralore.
Perfect. Well, I will take
love Moz just like it's
two
not
of
capital,
your
it's got to be wrong. Something's up.
5 ropes and 2 nets. That's all I need.
Yes, here you are.
Oh, thank you.
We should make sure we have
Nope.
potions.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, as you look around town, yes, there is an apothecary. There doesn't seem to be much in the way of, like, in fact, you know, the only like arms and armor you can find around town is hunting gear. You know, the bowyer, or the blacksmith might make axes for cutting wood that are serviceable as weapons. No armor to speak of. You don't see anybody making any sort of like magic items or things like that. The apothecary can set you up with some potions, but only potions that are common on the potion table. It's only
What-
like common low level potions.
What about an herbalism kit? That's what Foodle got the thing with, right?
This is not the right.
Yeah, I think so.
This is the one.
Herbalism kit.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
that's
the
one.
the apothecary can set you up with the apothecary can set you up with enough stuff to make 4 potions of healing, and once again does not charge you for it. These are regular potions of healing.
Okay.
Well, Kiona already has 2, so however we need to divide the rest is fine. I don't think Mazra has any.
I have one, I believe.
Ghost, do they have an herbalism kit?
Do they have an herbalism kit?
Yeah, is that something that they
Yes.
could supply? Okay. Because Foodle will
Yes.
take one of those because he actually doesn't have one.
Okay.
That'll be useful.
Oh yeah, you have proficiency, but you don't have the kit.
You gotta
Yes.
buy the kit.
That's right. Or do
Mhm.
a service for the kit.
Well, let me have
Ooh.
one and then distribute the rest as you see fit.
Yeah, I've got 3 on me.
While they're shopping, I'll be right back quickly.
And Ghost, the rope, was it 50 feet of hempen rope piece?
Yep.
Okay.
Standard.
Okay. Perfect.
Foodle, while you're talking shop with the apothecary, you are aware, without seeing or necessarily hearing, you are aware that somebody is watching you from the doorway.
Foodle turns and looks at the doorway.
Okay, roll perception for me,
Okay.
because you could swear that you see something, but it just darts out of sight.
Oh god, that's a 4 plus 13 for
Holy
a
shit.
17 total.
Get out of here. It looked like a small child had been peeking at you through the doorway, but like zipped away as soon as you turned around.
Oh, that's sweet. With some kids in the neighborhood here, or the town, not the neighborhood.
Oh yeah, that's old. Well, not worry. That's young Dagbert. A sweet child, that one. Yes.
Oh.
Yes, he's one of the gnomes that lives in the encampment on the edge of town.
Oh. Why do they live there?
Oh, they're waiting for permanent housing to be built for them. They're new arrivals in the town, see? But we're not exactly a growing community normally, see? So they gotta wait a time before we're able to build some houses for them.
Oh.
For the time being,
We're here.
yeah, for the time being, they're just living at an encampment. Refugees, see? Refugees.
From the
Right.
orcs.
Goblins.
Not exactly. They're from the Ashen Plain. See, the Caladan gnomes, their traditional territory extends a ways into the plain. Back in the days before the Cataclysm, and most of them picked up stakes and moved to the Rift. Me understanding is this group of them, well, they chose to stay until things became too unbearable and they had to move on as well.
Aye, it's a sad state of affairs for them.
Yeah. Well,
Well, it's kind of housing for them.
We do what we can.
Yes, well, and we like it to be a bit faster for them, but things move slowly in these parts. Nonetheless, the community comes together. They want for nothing. Except, I suppose, there's 4 solid walls and a solid roof. But for now, they got the best tents we can provide.
Oh, well, that's something. I don't mind tents.
Sure. I do feel like that is a nice gesture.
Yeah.
Well,
Important.
They be good
yes,
folk.
thank you kindly.
They be good folk as well.
Just wish we could do more. Especially for the young tykes like Dagbert. Poor boy, lost his whole family right before his eyes. Apparently hasn't spoken a word since.
Nay.
Oh no.
Kiona will look out the door after the kid, even though she never saw the kid. Feeling terrible
he's like
for him.
around the corner, hiding behind a barrel, looking, in that way that little kids are really bad at hiding.
Poodle.
He's like staring out from behind a barrel at you.
Yeah.
You should give him to your mother.
I don't know if I can just give children to my mom.
Doesn't your family collect more family?
Yeah, but I mean, he might have family.
Oh, they just said they're all dead.
No, he didn't have any family, lad.
Oh, right.
Well, perhaps not blood family, but he's got his community.
I
Yeah, I guess that's more what I meant. I mean, I don't know. He may not be like my family exactly, but you know, we gnomes, we tend to get attached to the people around us, and they sort of become our family. I'd want to. I don't know. It's a nice thought, Mazra. I don't know. It's something to think about.
Well, maybe our job is to make sure that Dagbert will have a home to come to
Yeah.
at the end of the day.
Yeah.
I'm sure
Yeah, I think so.
sure Dagbert would appreciate that, lad and lassie.
I know
Yeah.
I would if I were in a similar situation. She'll cast a meaningful look at the kid if the kid sees it, whether or not she doesn't. It doesn't matter. She just feels sympathetic.
When she looks back at him, Dagbert gasps and runs away back to the gnome camp that you can see sort of a couple 100 yards in the distance.
Right. Well, I think we'd best get them rest, and then.
Well, before we go, do you happen to have any potions of climbing?
Oh, I think we do. Oh wait, are you
I know.
talking to them?
Yeah, I'm talking to them.
Okay.
Well,
It's a common potion, and Foodle's been climbing trees recently. I
do happen to have one left
Oh.
here. Let's see. No.
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 Poodle, I have one.
Not that one either.
It's to your left.
What did I do with that?
To your left there.
So, to my left. Is it this one?
It's right about there, sir.
This one, and he like bottles tip over and clink as he's rummaging through the shop.
There we are.
Oh, this one. He tries to blow the dust off of it, but he just doesn't have the strength in him, and he holds it out to Gaius. If you please, son.
Oh, to Gaius, yes, he'll take it and give it a good buffing off.
Thank you so
Oh,
much.
thank you. And he reaches out to get it back.
He hands it back.
And then the apothecary he moves 50 centimeters to the right, and here you are, son.
Oh, thank you. We will put this to the best use, trying to protect the town.
Well, thank you very much for your service.
Of course. Let us know if there's anything else that we can do to help the town. Well, I guess Gaius, you'll know that sort of thing.
Aye.
Well, Gaius, that's all I can think of. I think maybe we should talk. What was it? What was the word? Strategy. You were a strategist or
You're
something.
there, right there.
To get ahead of them.
Aye.
Right.
No,
Right.
As I
Okay.
said, they normally come in the night. So I've got to assume that means they sleep during the day.
Oh. This is perfect.
I cannot confirm that one way or another, but common sense would think if a bunch of them come at the night, then a bunch of them sleep during the day.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'm sure they'll have somebody posted to watch, but this could be to our advantage.
Aye.
Well, lead the way.
Da 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 da.
All right. So you head out into the forest. Gonna do a little bit of a time check here. Wolf, do you work tomorrow?
Yes.
Then we're gonna wrap this up shortly.
All right.
Shortly, not right away, but shortly.
As we do.
Mhm. All right. Now, as you are making your way through the forest, let's just get a bit of a sound change here.
Aye, the tavern doesn't come with us.
The tree stays
right.
stationary.
Yeah. She's not Baba Yaga.
As
Too
you're
bad.
making your way through the forest, Foodle, you're the first to hear a sound in the distance. A voice grunting with exertion. What sounds to you like rope chafing against, rubbing against wood.
Wait, everyone stop. Foodle will whisper. I don't know if I can whisper in Foodle's. Everyone stop. I heard something. That sounded like rope on wood. I mean, it
Rope
almost
on
sounded
wood.
like maybe,
You sent Andrew.
yeah. Foodle's gonna send Andrew up to try to get it.
Mhm.
Well, unless there's like trees, because we were in a forest, like basically somewhere that he can get like a decent view.
Yeah,
And Drew's
I mean,
an
and
owl.
yeah, like he can fly up and then find a tree to perch on once he finds what's making the sound.
Yeah. Okay.
Are you looking through his eyes?
Yes.
And
Foodle
so
holds
yeah,
that.
and so your vision fades away. You're suddenly in the air. It's sort of the fringes of your vision are blurred, but the main sort of focus of your vision is like hyper sharply focused, much more so than your own eyes are. And your hearing, of course, is sharply focused as well. You hear the sound again, and yeah, this is a voice. Almost immediately as you just hear as Foodle, you just heard that there is a voice grunting in the distance as Andrew, his keen owl ears pick up that this is a person in pain, distress, and a little bit of fear. As Andrew flies, he comes upon a clearing where you see 3 armored figures, absolutely maimed and butchered on the ground. Their blood spilled out all around them. A 4th, whom you recognize as Athar, has been tied to a tree with a thick knotted rope. A slash across his abdomen, opening his innards and exposing them to the air. Despite his grievous injuries, he's struggling against the rope to try to free himself.
Okay. Foodle recalls Andrew and returns to his senses and says, "Wait, you guys, it's the super guard. One of them's hurt and is stuck in a trap. Do we go help? I think we do.
Oh,
We should, but do you sense anyone else in the area?
No. No. Foodle's gonna look around.
Of
and
course,
listen,
I did my
guess.
homework.
It could be the trap. So
Right. Oh yeah. Foodle's going to go back into Andrew's senses to try to see if there's either any more
Sure.
of those types of traps or people.
Sure.
Other
Roll
or-
me
or
a
creatures.
roll me a perception check as Andrew.
This is so Foodle too.
yeah.
Like
Oh, is that what I rolled?
his personality.
Um,
One of his personality
sorry.
traits is if someone is in trouble, I'm ready to let help. He completely forgot to
He
check.
just
for it.
focuses down on
Yeah.
that one
He's
thing.
just
Yeah.
like, guys, somebody needs
This
help.
is- yeah.
Okay, 11.
11, yeah. Andrew senses no one else around. Doesn't
all
see
right,
anybody
so-
else, doesn't hear anybody else. Don't see anything that you would identify as like a trap.
Foodle leaves Andrew sort of wherever he's perched for the time, and he comes back to his senses. No, it looks clear.
all right,
We
but I
should
think
be-
we should be ready just in case.
Let me go in first. I've got a second nature for these kind of things.
Oh, right. Yeah, I mean, you live here. That makes sense.
And I can smell a trap a mile away.
Oh.
Mazra will ready a cantrip just in case, whatever.
Which cantrip?
La la la.
When you're readying an action, you got to be specific about like what you're doing and under
Like,
which conditions.
If
are you
somebody
proccing it.
appears that is an enemy, she will.
Okay, so
smack
if somebody
them.
obviously hostile appears,
Yes. Yes.
Okay. It's Dagbert. You kill him. No.
No!
You shouldn't have followed us. Solved his problem for him.
Oh, God. Oh,
Don't have to worry about dead family when you yourself are dead.
Man, Mazra would have some problems if Mazra just turned around and murdered a little orphan kid out of the blue. we would have some things to talk about.
Guys, I'm sorry for the sidebar here, but I was playing Baldur's Gate 3 on stream, and you can get a dog in your camp and you can play fetch with it with a ball, and I couldn't get it to work. So I
No.
tried throwing the ball at the dog, and it dealt damage to the dog,
No!
and immediately entered a combat state with a dog. And I was like,
no.
and I was on stream, right? And I'm like,
Oh.
nope, I don't care how much progress we lose. Nope. This is
Oh,
not.
yeah.
So I lost like an hour of
Oh my
progress.
gosh.
but I was like, but I
That
don't
was the
even
right
care.
choice.
I
Yeah.
refuse.
From-
I was
Yeah,
like,
was
no,
the
I
right
refuse.
choice.
That is
Oh
the
my
only
God.
choice.
From what I've seen with community posts on like Twitter and Reddit, Baldur's Gate 3 is perfectly acceptable within the community to scumscave as hard as you can. Because otherwise you end up
Yeah.
fighting a nice little dog.
Yeah.
really.
Yep.
Yeah.
I
that
refuse.
Sounds like a situation
Anyway,
that requires
that's like
it.
that's like the Dagbert thing. It's like, oops.
Yeah.
Accidentally aggroed the kid and killed it.
Ghost.
So-
as we move forward,
Yes.
Foodle is going to try to be as sneaky as he can, and he's going to ready an arrow in case he sees an obvious enemy.
Yeah.
Gaius is a barbarian. He's
Um,
just going to clod through.
Is it weird that I want to do this and prepare a figure that looks humanoid for behind the enemy that she might see to try to distract them in the first place?
You can't do that with that spell. It
No?
appears as torches, lanterns, or glowing orbs.
And I can't do that.
Well, you can't make it look human.
It says that though.
Oh, you can too.
It
A
says
vaguely
a glowing,
humanoid
vaguely
form.
humanoid form of medium size.
Helps if I read the rest of it.
Right.
Yeah. You can
So,
prepare
like,
that. Yeah, sure.
It's the Feywild,
Sure.
so she's like, a lighted human behind them will be perfectly normal.
Yeah.
Or at least distract them somewhat.
Okay. Yeah. And so you creep forward with Gaius leading the way, with the rest of the party having prepared action, sort of slowly sneaking in behind him. When Gaius, you enter the clearing, Athar looks up at you. His eyes glassy, and it looks like he's just barely holding on to consciousness. He doesn't even have the strength to give you the same disdainful snarl that he treated you with before. Is he? Please. There's no time.
What happened?
The orcs, they ambushed us. We took as many out as we could, but they were prepared for us. My knights butchered. They took Priest Sire back to their camp. They cut me open and tie me to this tree for the predators to finish me off.
We'll get you down, lad. Don't worry about it. And he'll take out like a little cutting dagger and with the ropes.
Yeah, and unless somebody was there to catch him, he just completely collapses.
Yeah, no,
like
Gaius would be there to
I
catch him
mean-
and everything.
Right.
Okay.
Kiona
Okay.
would be there too if that would.
Oh. It is difficult for me to plead for the mercy of outsiders. But if you have any healing...
Oh, yes, of course. Boodle holds out his hand. Well, first he picks up some dirt from the ground, and he spits in it, and he holds out his hand with the dirt and the spit, and you can see some sort of spectral leaves, twisting around his hand.
Mm.
If this guy he's casting Cure Wounds. If this
Cure
guy
Wounds. Okay, roll it.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Roll it, yeah.
All right. Let me mark off the spell slot. Oh.
I mean, it's enough to stabilize him, certainly, and you can see that you can couple of the bits that belong on the inside, like anybody who's brave enough to do so can like sort of push them in. He'll certainly do it himself, and it closes the wound up enough that it can be bandaged.
I think we have a healer's kit on us too, if that helps, like to bandage him up and all that. So
yeah, if somebody has so a healer's kit is like a tool kit, so that's like a medicine check, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Or a healer's kit check. Yeah. I don't think it heals HP necessarily.
It doesn't. It does if you have a feat. There's a healer feat.
Yeah.
But as an action, you can expend one of its uses to stabilize a creature. But But
how?
Yeah, but healing magic automatically stabilizes too, right?
Yeah.
So
yeah, Foodle's gonna offer him a potion of healing. I'm not the best healer, but I'm working on it. Maybe one of these.
You can already see his roll a healing pot for me. You can already see his strength begin to return. His eyes become more clear and more sharply focused. His ashen skin has some of the sort of bronzish hue that's common among high elves, beginning to return to it. Yep, 2d4 plus 2. Oh, thank you. Any other day, I would have been very hesitant to allow you to rub dirt that you spat in upon my wounds, but today I'm grateful.
Keep it back in the back of your mind, laddie. Don't always judge things by their cover.
Indeed not. And he struggles up to a seated position. As I said, the orcs ambushed us. They dragged off Lady Sire to their camp. We need
In
to
what direction?
rescue her. That's way. I can guide you. I can help you.
Are you sure you don't want to go back to the town?
Absolutely not. I will see this through to the end. Lady Sirier is my responsibility.
Oh,
Well, if you're going to insist on coming along, Kiona will hand him a healing potion as well.
Okay.
Because he's in too bad of a shape for her to
Okay.
heal him for that much more.
All right. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. I know that your resources are limited. I will see to it that I'm able to properly repay this favor if we are successful.
Just don't get yourself in more trouble so we have to get you back out.
I will not be a burden to you. So our camp is this way. And he finds a long stick suitable for him to use as a walking stick. Come on.
And with him seeing that around, guys is just going to piggyback him. And there's going to be no argument about it, laddie.
Oh. Very well. You can tell that he looks very humbled, even to the verge of humiliation. At this, the high elves of the hegemony, especially the ones directly employed by the Temple of Light, are very proud people. And this is
Riding a satyr
put him on
around.
his back foot. Yeah. Especially a fey creature.
Don't worry, laddie. If anybody asks, this didn't happen.
I appreciate your discussion. He says, calling Gaius discreet. Gaius.
But it's
This
just
next part, as we finish off our session tonight, we're gonna do a skill challenge for approaching the Bloodfoot camp. So Flannel, what a skill challenge is that we're all gonna take turns rolling skills. You cannot use the same skill twice.
okay.
You need to achieve 5 successes before you suffer 3 failures.
Okay.
Either way, you're going to reach the orc encampment with Athar guiding you through the woods. But if you succeed, you got a little bit of a bonus going into combat with the orcs. If you fail, things are going to be a bit more difficult for you. So you need to achieve 5 successes before 3 failures. You guys can go in any order you want. There's no initiative order. You just need to tell me which skill you're using, how it is going to help you approach and set up to dictate the terms of this encounter, the orcish encampment.
So just for my own knowledge, if let's say Mazra picks athletics, does that mean I cannot pick athletics? Or is
Yes, that's correct.
Okay. Dibs on athletics.
I mean, wouldn't that be your thing, carrying our friend in? That would probably be your thing.
Yep, and having sure footing and everything to be around.
So I will tell you something right now, because you brought Athar.
Mm-hmm.
I need to change that name in my notes. I put Gaius. Because you brought Athar with you and you healed him, you get an automatic success.
Hey!
So you now need 4 successes before 3 failures. So he's able to guide you along the perimeter. He's able to feed you some information about who some of these orcs are, what kind of force composition they have, what are like a couple of their tactics.
And during
so
that
gives you
conversation,
some ideas. Yeah.
Kiona will ask specifically if they have any kind of magic. And she will search for evidence of magic leading to the camp. If she sees anything that makes her do her little zingy thing, or familiar magics that she might have seen along the way, that might indicate trouble ahead.
So are you doing this as like
An Arcana roll is what I was thinking.
An Arcana
but
check? Okay.
Yeah.
You could automatically succeed by casting Detect Magic.
I mean, she does have the wand.
Up to you. So another thing about skill challenges, just to remind everybody, is that spells give you an automatic success if you
she will use
burn some of
the
your spell
wand of
resources.
magic detection. Then, in that case,
Okay. Yeah. They do have powerful magics indeed. Their leader strikes with a blade that spits lightning and cracks with thunder. And he is accompanied by 2 female consorts of some sort, who have dark powers.
It sounds like a Grudge follower.
Would some magic items help with an automatic success?
Well, depends.
It would be a lantern
on
of
the magic item.
Lantern of revealing.
You can, of course, like for flavor, say that you hold your lantern revealing out in front of you, but it would not contribute to this.
Okie dokie.
Your detect magic, Kiona, which, by the way, since you burnt a spell charge on that, you got an automatic success. You do see signs in the woods, things that you would miss yourself, in terms of like broken twigs and like some burn marks on trees that are hidden by the shadows of the leafy canopy. But they glow as your eyes begin to glow with your detect magic spell. You see the imprints that the dark magic has left,
As she
like
does,
a trail leading through
gonna
the woods.
bonus action do mage armor.
Okay. You
Just-
mage armor up.
She does.
Okay.
She sees the magic traces and realizes she's gonna need potentially more protection. And cast that.
Flannel, you mentioned
16.
you mentioned. Oh, thank you. You mentioned athletics. What would you use athletics for?
Kind of just to get sure-footed on the way there while keeping, fancy pawns on my back.
Sure.
So he's got a
keeping a good pace.
Yeah, keeping a good pace, having, him, for lack of a better term, have an easy ride.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. Roll me an athletics check. Not a great raw roll, but it's enough.
Hey.
Yeah, you
I was like,
find that you
good roll. And then you said not a great, and I was like, wait, what? Oh no.
you guys are level 13. Gone are the days when the skill challenge DC is like 8.
True.
All right. Yeah, so you're keeping a good pace, and with your athletics check, you're leading the charge of your group. It's to the rest of you guys, none of you except Foodle is fairly athletic. Mazra somewhat athletic. Kiona athletic in a farm girl sort of way. But the satyr here, who you saw in action last time, the anti-inspo for now. Ooh. Megan could have burned you hard on that one, Flanny, but she chose mercy. But this satyr, man, like he's tireless, and it's somewhat inspiring to the rest of you. You're like, whoa, what a beast, and he's carrying a whole person in heavy armor on his back. So there you go. So you have 3 successes, 0 failures. Foodle, Mazra. Once again, even though we're not going in an initiative order, everybody has to have a turn to act before we repeat people.
Yes. Do you think that Foodle would be able to use stealth? Like, I was sort of thinking, like, maybe trying to scout ahead, because I'm assuming that this guy is like, pointing us toward the encampment and stuff, right?
Yeah, he is.
Foodle could sneak ahead and get a view of their position and numbers and that sort of thing.
Sure, yeah.
Maybe that would help. Or is that I just don't want to be getting ahead of what you've got now.
No. So okay. Athar, he kind of hushes and stop. So you will be able to see their camp just over that ridge.
Oh, okay. You may not see me for a moment. And Foodle's gonna try to sneak over, unless you were saying that's not. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Come on. That's a 17 plus 16. It's 30 something, 33, I think.
All right. Yeah, another success. You sneak up. No, you don't go to the top of the ridge, but sort of like off to the side where there's a nice thick copse of trees that you can park in and sort of look through the branches and the leaves. And yeah, you see their camp. It's sort of like on the side of a hill. So there's actually like a high ground and a low ground. You see there's a small stream running through the camp. So they've got a source of fresh water there. The stream is also in between you and the camp, meaning that if you approach it from the front, you may have to make a potentially difficult crossing when you're assaulting them.
Oh.
That's 4 successes. Mazra.
Foodle tells the group what he discovered.
Okay. Well, at first I thought about like just trying to use investigation, but I was also thinking, so we were told that there's like a main guy, right? And then like 2 female consorts or whatever. So Mazra knows some stuff about Grumsh and the worshippers and stuff. Could she possibly, I don't know if it would be like religion or whatever, but like using her knowledge of that to like prepare them for like what they may come across with these kind of, because I know she knows like the female followers, or I think there's like the Grumpsh's consort usually have priestesses.
Mhm.
I think she knows that stuff.
Yeah, you can make a religion check at advantage because this is your heritage.
Right. Okay. What it's gonna be, but we'll see. It's worth a try.
Oh,
Not good.
Yeah. No, unfortunately, you know, it sounds to you like yeah, we've run into some female Grumpsh worshipping magic users before. Oh, that Argilla who went invisible and disappeared from you guys down the secret passage. Oh,
secret tunnel.
So angry at her.
Yeah.
It was so bad at that one.
her giant swarm of giant mosquito bat things that she's wielding a sword that shoots lightning, though. You've never heard of that one. So unfortunately you're drawing a blank here, and that is a failure. So you're at 4 successes, 1 failure. Anybody can go next. You have used athletics, stealth, and religion.
And
Is
Arcana.
that right? No, you skipped the Arcana roll because
because I used the detect
you used
magic.
the detect magic. Yeah, you used the magic item and burnt a charge off of it. So yeah, up to anybody.
I mean, if all else fails, I could just use my investigate probably, but
I could smack him somehow. I'm trying to figure out how I use persuasion or performance.
That's what I was thinking too. Those are the good ones.
pull out the bagpipes.
Right. Kiona rides in just with a lasso. Distracting everybody. We should do that sometime.
It's a bit of a stretch.
Listen.
In this particular case.
I know.
All right.
Oh, hey, let me in.
As an easy fallback for Kiona, are we riding out to where this place is? We have the horses with us. We have the.
You're kind of at the point where you're gonna have to park.
We're gonna get off and park the horses. Yeah. Well, I mean, animal handling. Kiona can make sure we can hide the horses so that their sound or hooves don't, are not.
She straps pillows to the hooves.
Wraps them all up so that they don't want to move or anything.
All right. Yeah.
Holy doodle.
Sure. Yeah. So you successfully sort of stash with your guidance. The party stashes your horses, and just in such a place where you know that they won't be seen. Like an orc patrol would have to come extremally close to them.
Kiona doesn't want these
horses
horses to be harmed by anybody.
Poor doodle.
In or out of battle.
Yep.
Ain't nobody getting our horses from us.
All right. So that's 5 successes and 1 failure. So what you're going to be able to do is I am not right now. I'm not going to show you the battle map right now, but I will. So you're going to have the ability. I'm going to remind you of all this next week, but on the battle map, you're going to have the ability to place your tokens within 4 squares of any edge of the battle map. So you get to choose which direction you're approaching it from, and I will give you some time to devise a strategy. But I'm not giving you a whole week.
Strategy.
I'm not giving you a whole week, so I'm not showing you that battle map now. I'm not giving you guys a whole week to like take screenshots of the battle map and DM each other and
We position this way. We have.
yeah.
Just have this picture of Wolf looking at the map, looking at a copy of The Art of War, looking at the map again.
Right.
All right.
Sounds good. Sounds good.
Well, but we're gonna have to call it there because geez, it is 10:48, and we got
Already?
through one page of notes.
As usual. Look, that's what we're good at here.
Yeah. It was a very windbaggy night, but it was
a windbaggy night.
Yep, but it was some of the stuff like with Mimstone. Oh my goodness, I'm so happy.
Ginger,
I
I'm with
prefer.
you.
I prefer to
So
think.
happy with how Mimstone worked.
I prefer to think of it as a character building night.
That was a real
yeah.
interesting. I don't know how Kiona actually feels about this town, but she knows that if there's orphan children at stake, they must be in the right trying to save it. So that's what they're gonna do. That's basically how Kiona feels right now.
How do you think we feed the bees?
I'm not so sure about the town overall, but you know, the bees are cool. But the orphan kid is what clenches the deal for Kiona.
Beautiful.
Oh, man.
Right. Yeah, well, thanks everybody for joining us. Flutter, thank you. Wolf, thank you. Collie, thank you for being amazing players. Flanny, thank you for being a fantastic guest player. We are going to have Flannel with us again next week, obviously. And I am extremely strongly suspecting the week after as well. Because we are only at the first encounter of our little quest here, so
Amazing! It's gonna
got the
be
rest
so
of your
good.
magic items made. Hell yeah, right, Jones.
Awesome.
Congrats.
I'm really enjoying this, and I love the fact that I made this character, and apparently, without knowing it, Taylor made it to make Kiona suspicious.
Oh yeah, Kiona's hardcore suspicious about this.
There's just like
person, yeah.
I could have made this any better for her. That's
Right? No. She just she's like
Mhm.
intrigued, but also Awesome. So looking forward to it. Are we on Wolf's channel next week? I think. Question mark.
That's
is
the
what
that's
I
the
think I see in the rotation.
That's the turn in the rotation. That's the turn in the rotation.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Wolf seconds hosting.
Perfect. So what we're gonna be Shay Wolf tomorrow. Not tomorrow. Next week. Oh my God! If only we could do.
I know. Wouldn't that be amazing?
I'm doing my teacher D&D campaign tomorrow night though.
Wishful thinking.
Oh, nice.
Oh.
Yep.
I bet you the
Good
math.
times.
Bet you the math teachers are going to be having a real good knack at that.
The math teacher is our dungeon master.
Is
Is it Roboto?
It's not Mr. Roboto. No.
No.
He's a player though. He's a player. But yeah, it's another math teacher is a dungeon
Super
master.
good times.
And so
Oh
there
my
are
goodness.
some really fun house rules.
Oh boy.
No
As a
doubt.
result of yeah. Diagonal movement has a formula to it. It's
Oh
not a
my
complicated
goodness.
formula, but it does have a formula to it because you move further diagonally than you do laterally.
There's-
That makes sense.
There's a boat
It
and
does
an
make sense.
unboat.
Does make sense. Oh yeah, our party has a folding boat, and for its small boat mode, the password is boat. The command word is boat. For the large boat, the command word is big boat, and to fold it back up into its box, the command word is unboat.
Unboat.
But the DM triggers it anytime we say the word. So we have to be very careful.
Is that
in character or out of character?
Is that
in character or out of character?
Best DM.
which spawned the phrase? Is that a boat in your pocket, or are you just happy to see me?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Oh,
Guys,
that's a
this
fun
has been
campaign.
a
I
good
can't wait to
night.
get into it. But
This is-
this is a better campaign. And I had a blast with all of you guys. I had a blast exploring Mimstone and introducing you to this
I secretly love
beautiful,
Mimstone.
lovely town.
I'm kind of glad that Mimstone came to fruition. It's because
Kiona's suspicious
it's
that
kind
the
of
stables stay clean. Sorry.
it's just this love child of my chaotic design, and Ghost able to just like mold it into something that actually works.
Yeah, I love it.
It was better
What I
than the
like to
first
do
idea. Was the
is-
village full of waxed fruit?
I said no to that.
Yeah, we would have not liked that.
No. I said no.
That
to
would have instantly been like,
I hope
What is
Cauliflumps is
this?
okay because he's been muted for like 15 minutes here.
What? No! Oh crap! I've been saying how much fun I've been having, and
Oh, no!
crap. And how much I love Mimstone. It's so cute. Oh my gosh!
no.
Also, for the record, I'm sure Foodle would have enjoyed the wax fruit, but you know, he
The waxed fruit.
He would have.
yeah.
I'm
Of
sure he
all
would
of
have.
us.
I'm sure he would have.
Yeah.
All right, friends. Well, Flannel, this is your channel. I don't know if you want to raid somebody or
I
if
have
you
a
just want to call it a night.
I actually have a good raid in mind. It's our good friend Delta
Go for it.
Flareon, and it's her birthday.
yeah.
It's her birthday.
Oh,
Oh,
What?
yes.
So
What?
Do that.
let's raid into Delta Flareon,
yeah.
and I'll throw that up here. And if you're subscribed to the channel, here are your raid messages. Yeah, it's her birthday, and she's spending it playing Mario Party with some of her viewers. So,
Oh, that's so sweet.
and she's absolutely lovely to begin with. So,
Oh, she's a class act. Optional alternative.
ooh, that's a good
raid
idea. I like
message.
that one better.
We try to throw D&D into our D&D night raid messages when we can.
So, I also love the lore I came up with that apparently Canny and Gimbal are married.
Oh my god.
Canny and Gimbal Doodle.
Yeah.
Bowling candy, oh no.
Which must be weird because then if you go into the town and call your horse, which is also named Doodle.
Oh gosh, yeah.
I mean, we didn't really think about these things that far ahead, you know.
I mean, we never do. This is the
We never
discretionary
do.
way.
Right.
Who thinks about things?
Discretionary.
All right, the raid's about to go here in 10.
Oh, bye.
So bye, everybody.
Bye, friends.
Bye.
And it's gone.
All right.
All right.
Ghost, thank you for saying something